We were quite into the moment,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden we just heard this crack, and then the chaise longue just collapsed onto the
leg.
floor. But I just went, Luke, we broke the sofa. I am Nicola Coughlin,
And I'm Luke Newton.
and today we are doing
The Best Friend Challenge.
Do It.
I feel like this is easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I've cooked for you a few times.
Yeah.
I made you peanut butter apple
Oh.
crumble. Do you remember that?
My God.
The custard.
Because I'm obsessed with crumble, particularly on set, like as a dessert. Was it for my birthday, I think?
No, I think it's just for treats.
Just a general.
Just fun treats.
This is not going to be good if every answer is the same.
I know, I know.
Oh, that's very nice. I put you.
No, I think we both
Yeah.
are. We're run the scene a bunch of times in the makeup trailer.
That's
Our
true.
chairs are next to each other.
Yeah, nothing's too over-rehearsed. We like to be able to...
To play with it.
Yeah.
Because we have like 4 different directors a season, so every director wants to do it differently. So
Yeah.
we want to come in and try and be as
Yeah.
malleable as possible.
Yeah. Oh,
This is hard.
yeah, this is hard. I put
Yeah.
I was like, we're very similar. in that
Yeah,
way.
we both quite like
We just like buy random.
to buy,
Yeah.
fancy. You love trainers.
Yeah.
I love a handbag.
Yeah, we'll always come home with something
Yeah,
new.
we love
They're nice.
bougie stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'm seeking the advice and Nick is giving the advice.
I don't know, because like I'm older and then...
Wise.
But do I maybe give advice if people want to take it? Like unsolicited advice? I'm not sure.
You are more sociable, I'd say. Like you're chatting to everyone.
You know what? I don't know, because I think we realize that we're much more similar
Yeah,
in
that's
ways
true.
that we
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
kind of know in season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I think we both have the same introvertedness.
Yeah.
So like we'll like be filming a big scene, the two of us kind of look at each other and we're like, let's go.
Yeah.
We'll
We
just
need
like
a
go
bit
back
of
to our
time.
trailers,
Yeah, yeah.
and we both have like weird little introverted sides.
I'm gonna go from one experience.
Okay. Oh, I know exactly what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Did you say both? I said you.
Okay, so it's the scene
Yes,
from the chaise
broken,
longue.
yeah.
So basically, our first. Well, it wasn't the first intimate scene. It was
No.
the big
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And we were on a chaise longue. We were quite into the moment.
Yeah.
Like it was really
And
going.
I think we were like everyone was like, let's really go for
Yeah,
this
let's
one.
make
Let's
it
get the best.
great.
take.
And we were like,
Yeah.
we were like
Yeah.
really gung ho. And we were going and going, and then all of a sudden we just heard this crack, and then the chaise longue just collapsed onto
One
the
leg
floor.
caved in.
And there was a moment in which we could have sort of played it off,
Yeah.
but I just went, Luke, we broke the sofa.
Also in your own accent,
In
which
my
then
own
made
accent.
me laugh.
Yeah, I knew exactly what you were
yeah.
saying.
I'm now just going off what we've already talked about.
I
just
know,
now.
but I think you're probably right if you've
Okay,
done that.
3, 2, 1. Yeah!
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gassed at that one.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay.
I feel like this is really hard because
Yeah.
you don't know.
No.
But then your Spotify tells you, and you're like, oh.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Way!
Smash.
I mean,
I'm happy with that.
I was
It was
Renaissance.
also because we did a shoot the other day and they were like, what music do you want?
Oh,
You went
yeah.
Beyonce. I was like,
Well remembered.
just one? That is hard. Also, I feel like you could probably list my top 5.
Yeah,
from,
you
like,
love
things that
you
you
love
brought me
peanut
onto.
butter. You love
Yeah.
a cinnamon roll.
3, 2, 1. Brilliant.
Look at
Faster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This is purely off today.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Oh no, I put the red dress dancer, you know, the one
Oh
that's like
yeah, I'll take that.
that. Ah.
No, this one I always feel like when I sometimes when I
that
type
is-
it, I'll do. I'm like,
It's like a little, it's like
okay,
cute. Yeah, yeah. I love that you're thinking.
I'm like, I'm good at nothing. Okay, yeah, I don't think you'll know this.
We probably won't do the same, but then I'll just explain it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. I put attention to detail and I'll explain.
Oh.
So Nick is the one person on set that will help someone if they've maybe got something, like maybe they've got something in their teeth or they've got a hair on them. So like you'll always notice
We're always
the time.
picking
Like
fluff off you, yeah.
I already
You
thought this.
literally
and
had
you've
one
got
on
it.
your chin,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, gotcha, yeah.
Interesting. Multi-talented, got all the extra
Thanks.
jobs. So what did you actually write?
What Britney Spears impression?
One for the boys I'm gonna do.
One for the boys. Oh. Well, then I'm gonna change. Hang on. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Yes! I'm actually not, but I just wanted to put this out there because
So happy I got that right.
I think the boys will be really pleased that
Yeah.
I've put that.
I was gonna
put it in
write
there.
being supportive. And then yeah, for the boys, I was
Something like really
rub
nice.
that out.
Fortnite, gaming. Okay, well, I think it's safe to say we are BFFs.
No notes.
I'm really enjoying the sexy cam.
Can we have this on set? If we're feeling
Yeah.
like a little insecure, like
I think we
bring in
are.
the sexy camera.
Your password must be at least 8 characters long. Include a mix of letters and numbers and cannot be the same as your username. Please try again.
How hard do you want me to try? Your call is important to us. Your call will be answered in the order it was received.
Stay in your line.
You stay in,
line.
you'll be glad you stayed in line.
Oh, I love that.
I hope this email finds you well.
I'm getting too overwhelmed by the sexiness, you know. It's warm.
Shall I go
Yeah,
cool
this
you
is
off?
Oh, that's great.
Today we're going to play a little guessing game.
We'll compete in a few sensory challenges to share all the exquisite sights, sounds, textures, and flavours inspired by Bridgerton.
Let's make haste and let the games begin.
Okay, let's guess the scent of this Diamond of the Season candle.
Oh my gosh.
That's good.
Smells like Phoebe.
That's really nice.
I often get asked what my co-stars smell like, and I'm not really smelled.
Roll-ups.
Well, I've smelled you.
Is there, okay, it smells
It's fruity.
I'm gonna go wild. I'm gonna go like apricot.
Yeah, I can feel that. Grapefruit.
Do you want the options?
Yeah.
Golden vanilla, champagne and pineapple, cake and berries, crisp evening air.
The pineapple
I
one.
think pineapple. What do you think?
You are correct.
Yay!
Well done.
Perfect.
Well done.
Perfect.
Anyone in need of a caffeine boost?
Please.
Yeah. Let's add a touch of Bridgerton creamer to our coffee and guess the flavour. Just
Shall I
get
start
pouring.
going for it?
I can do. What,
Oh,
Jen?
yeah.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
doing this
Vicky.
for us.
Absolute
mate.
pleasure.
But Claudia, what's on the napkin?
But I'm not going to do it yet.
Oh, sorry.
You guys need to guess.
We need to pour some in here.
How much creamer, like?
That'll do. It's creamy enough.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Third wheel. A little bit awkward. It's okay.
I did not expect that.
No.
So like most rare delicacies, this ripe and luscious flavour is only here for the season.
The season.
All right, is it A, English toffee, B, berries and creme, C, lavender honey, or D, lemon meringue?
I think I know what I'm going to go with.
Oh, yeah, what do you
Lavender
think?
honey.
I think it might be lavender
You
honey.
think?
Really?
Yeah.
I can get the honey.
Because it's got
and
yeah,
also
sweetness and it's
the
got a
hint
floral hint.
of the season.
We've messed it up. It's not that, is it?
Well, it's not. It's not. But are you ready to find out what it is?
Yes.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to reveal with my little cloth here.
Yeah.
All right? It's berries and creme.
That was my second option.
That was
Was it?
my third option. And that's what everyone calls me, International Delight.
Another sensory challenge is where we can only use our eyes to guess the flavour of these delicate treats. Hint, these blue macaron shells are filled with a marriage of flavours.
Ooh.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
that's so cute.
Do you want the 4 options?
Yes.
Earl Grey, chai, blueberry, and elderflower.
Is it going to be sneaky and is it going to be two of them together?
It's one of those flavours.
Blue.
Bloob?
If we decided,
Yeah, bloob.
mutually agreed. It is chai.
Never in my wildest dreams.
are rubbish
Okay.
at this.
Okay, now we're going to try.
I would have said that was chai.
What about
Thank you. Oh my god, that's
you
really
like
good.
it?
Yeah.
They're really nice and crisp. Would recommend to a friend.
Yeah.
It is now time for a hearing challenge.
Okay.
All the Foley artists are like, I get it. Is it crackers, panettone, wafers, or biscuits?
It's biscuits. If we're going from my experience of a biscuit, that just feels like a firm snap. Either that
Yeah.
or it was me at the chiropractor's.
Sounded a bit crackery though.
It did sound slightly cracky.
You guys sound crackery. It's a fucking biscuit.
Can we hear it once
Yeah,
again?
one more.
Oh, I think you're right actually. It's denser than a cracker.
No, I'm
isn't
gonna
it?
be wrong now.
Let's go with biscuit.
Can we all
Is it
stop
biscuits?
saying biscuit?
Okay, the answer is biscuit!
Well done.
Yeah, look
Oh!
how firm. Yeah, delish.
Smash.
That's a firm biscuit.
You want a bicky?
Oh yeah. Oh my
It
god.
was like a neck crack.
Wait, I've got a mic on. Yeah?
Pretty
I
firm.
didn't break it very well.
Good. Yeah.
That dipped in a cup of tea. You joking?
Now we're on to quite a different challenge, a texture challenge. We must guess what's inside this box based purely on touch, no hints.
Whoa!
Go on.
We're just holding hands.
Aw.
No, I see it.
It's
I
Luke.
feel it. You got it?
I can't feel
It's here.
Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Mmm.
It's squidgy.
So is it lavender and honey, rose hyaluronic cream? So just let me know if your fingers feel super hydrated. That'll be that one. C, lemon yogurt, or D, passion fruit curd?
Quite thick, isn't it?
Quite curdy.
Doesn't feel as runny as honey.
It's too thick for honey.
I think you're right. What if it is? That would look really bad.
I don't know.
It's okay, no one's going to judge you. For
Okay,
doing
should we go for D?
Yeah.
passion fruit curd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, you got it!
We know it's not only folks in Bridgerton who face romantic ups and downs. So today, Luke and I are going to indulge in the ultimate couples challenge.
Assembling furniture together. Right, shall we give it a go?
Yeah, let's do it.
First page.
Okay. How do you like to do this?
I feel like we should lay all of these out. We can't be diving into that bowl
Hell no.
willy-nilly.
Do you know what that one's called?
4? No.
Hogswhacker.
Is it actually?
No, I just made that.
Oh, I knew it. I was literally like, there's not a chance.
Are we doing that?
Must be, because we got the
Okay.
little wooden bits.
So there's 2 holes.
Yeah.
No. Why is there 3 holes on that and 2 holes on...
Oh yeah, there's 2 here.
Why is that happening? Is it upside down?
Yes.
I feel like we're on a really
that one in
domestic
there?
version of the Crystal Maze or something.
Start the clock.
Yeah, that one goes that one goes
Yeah.
in there. Nice. Okay, this one needs to be flipped as well. Very strong, Luke. Well done.
Thanks. Okay.
Okay, they're in. Nailed it. Okay, so not the big Hogswalker, not the small one, the big one.
Yeah, the big one. These are upright like this,
Okay.
right?
And
The bit
that
is up
bit's-
top, yeah.
Luke, if the acting doesn't work out, we could have like
Yeah,
a business
this
where we
is
go
it.
to people's houses and build their
Hang on.
IKEA furniture. That's loose.
They've gone in way too
Yeah.
easy. Okay.
Oh, this is what we forgot.
These.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's in there now and I can't. Flip. Okay, we're back on track. We had
Yeah.
a moment, but
Pretty happy over here. How's your side?
looking stunning.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised. I'm quite enjoying this.
Do you know what we can do?
Yeah.
I'll push it off your side and then you get that in.
Yeah, great.
Look at this teamwork.
I'm happy with that. Now let's get
What
the big boys up.
stress. What stress. But is this going to make people feel bad about their relationship? It's so easy and chill for us, I guess. I can do this. A little ring on it. Okay, so we want holes to holes.
Yep.
Sorry that there's no better way of saying that.
Ready for this?
Yeah. Oh, I was expecting to be way heavier.
Yeah, this bit's light. That bit's the heavy.
God, we're so strong. What's the heaviest you lift at the gym, bro?
I don't focus on that, you know. It's just how you feel. Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is gonna be quite. Yeah, we're good.
Oh, it's heavier now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm really impressed.
What do you think?
Luke, we're perfect.
Can't believe we really did it.
I mean, it's very sturdy as
Yeah,
well.
that could take an intimacy scene.
For sure! Season 4! So this is the Williams Sonoma Bridgerton collection table runner.
And we have dinner napkins and a tablecloth.
Runner's chic. When you order them with your pals at your house,
Yeah,
do you do the table up?
it's
Bad vibes.
more some of the lap boys. Oh, it's a nice restaurant around the corner.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying this. This is changing my.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Normally
pretty.
we'd get a little iron in.
Do you know what? I don't even own an iron. Is that really bad?
Oh, I'm a bit obsessed.
Look,
Yes,
the guide to entertaining.
absolutely. That's what
Okay.
we need right now.
Set up some tea. Yeah, set up some tea. Ooh, okay. You're in there.
Yeah, great. I'm there.
There you are, Lukey.
Yeah.
I was behind that.
Yeah.
So we'll put that there. It's
Yeah.
a little conversation piece. Beverage. Blood orange blossom. Ooh. So you put it in champagne. Delicious. Kind of feel like we're setting up a stall at like a country
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
I think we need another teacup now because we only have one.
Yeah.
Bit of a dry party if we're like, and only one person can have one cup of tea. And that shall be it. This is cute. Is this your family logo? Oh, your family logo is not a bee.
No, I think the bee's a bit traumatic. Although,
Although they will wear it all the time.
yeah,
Trauma.
whoever
don't know.
makes their outfits is just a bit
It's a bit of a sadist.
malicious.
You're like, remember when your dad died from a bee sting?
Yeah.
Here's a waistcoat covered
Constant
in
reminder
bees.
20 years later.
Oh, it's a candle. Ooh, this one's called Bridgerton Study.
Oh, yeah,
Smells like Johnny Bailey.
it does.
Okay, so you can put a candle on the table, but don't set fire to your friends.
Yeah. I'm really happy.
I'm really happy.
We really did it.
I don't know what's wrong with my memory, but I've just remembered that we built this like a minute ago.
Yeah.
I am very impressed with us right now, and it looks amazing. Well done, us. We did it.
Yeah.
I burn for you, Colin. I actually do.
Hello, I am Nicola Coughlin from Bridgerton, and this is the Accent Challenge. A lot of people think I'm from Derry because of Derry girls, but I'm from neither place. I am from Galway. My accent's quite soft. I've never had a super strong accent. I'd say girls, and Derry'd say girls. And then you've got the sort of south side of Dublin. It's like another thing totally different that kind of sounds a bit American. It's actually Irish. Then you've got Cork as well. Cork's down the south of Ireland, and it's very sing-songy, but Galway's pretty neutral. Ed Sheeran's Galway Girl. It's a really fun lie to be like, yeah, it's about me. When I was developing the voice for Penelope, it's often how I like to approach your character. Your script is your Bible, and then you take that and everything forms around that, obviously. But with her, I think in the first season, I wanted it to be more little girly because it's her first season out, sort of a bit shy and clipped a bit, well, yes, Mama, and sort of like this.
You need to breathe, Mama.
And then in season 2, there's a little bit more confidence and cockiness to her. Drop the levels a little bit, make the tone a little darker. Is that so? And then in season 3, she's a woman, sort of talks a little more grounded and a little more in the chest, and it's all about resonance. She's a woman now, Colin. She's a real woman. It just never occurred to me that you, of all people, could be so cruel.
I burn for you, Colin. I actually do.
My favorite American accent is like my Kardashian accent. It's like a lot of like vocal fry. I really love when people go, I am so excited. This is like the greatest day of my life. It's incredible. I think the difference between, let's say, a standard American and the British received pronunciation, which is what we speak in Bridgerton, American is a lot further back and it's more chill, it's not as enunciated. And then British, it's front of the mouth, lots in the teeth and lips, and it's really pronouncing things properly. I had one line in season 2 of Bridgerton which haunts me until this day. It was Eloise, and it was, "You are obstinate and opinionated with no inclination to obedience or conformity." And on the day, it was just like, I'm so sorry. I don't know that my mouth is going to make those shapes or do that. And the editor got, it happens. So my advice for you, if you're trying to master a new accent, is listen to real people from the place, because often accents are a lot kookier and stranger and more specific than you think. When I did Derry Girls, I learned the accent from Nadine Coyle from Girls Aloud. Find a real person, go on YouTube and watch, and you'll be an expert in no time.
While the Bridgertons boast the symbol of the bee, there is another Regency family that has an insect as a common symbol. Who are they, and what is it?
Okay.
Come on, we know who it is.
Do we? Ready? Steady?
Oh, he's done it. He's done it. He's done really well.
Is that right? I deserve no praise for that. There was literally a ball called the Butterfly Ball by the Featheringtons.
Who is the first to discover that Penelope is Lady Whistledown?
So this is... Sorry, wait. I do know this.
I can't remember.
I do know this. I do know this.
I'm thinking too much about what we've recently
Time's
filmed.
up.
3, 2, 1.
Geneviève Delacroix.
Ah! You would know that, to be fair. You're very close.
That felt so good.
Did it?
Yeah. I mean, I think that'll be the peak of the day for me, which... yeah.
What did you do together with Simone and by yourself to prepare for season 2?
So me and Simone didn't really know each other before, so we didn't really have even much rehearsal.
I think also that's what's been different from me and Nick this year, is that we've known each other now for like 4 or 5 years. And it really makes sense because they are friendship to lovers. So like we had to have that to start with.
All of us Pollen fans have grown with you guys, so it's going to be amazing to see that flourish.
Finally, yeah.
Did you and Nicola have any moments where you're like, right, before the shoot, where you like met up and...
Yeah.
How did you approach
and
it?
actually throughout filming your season, because we knew that we were
Yeah.
next, but no one else knew.
How do you hope fans will react to your love story in season 3 of Bridgerton?
I know that there's like some real diehard fans for Pollen, and I know that they've kind of been waiting a long time.
Yeah.
So I hope that we live up to the hype. I know that there's moments in the book that they're really excited about, and I feel like we've crammed as many of those in as possible.
What are you most excited for fans to see from Pollen?
What's different about Colin and Penn as opposed to the other leading characters from season 1 and 2 is that because they're so young, we get to see them grow and actually grow up and develop more, whereas previously it was about accepting who that person is for who they are. So I think I'm excited for viewers to see them grow up, and it's not just about accepting who they are, it's about them both growing together and being like, can we make this work in the new versions of who we are?
Yeah, that's beautiful though. What's your favourite thing about working with Nicola?
There's just so many things. Probably as a whole, her positivity. She's such like an energy source that everyone around her just feels like fueled with energy as well.
What was your favourite moment with Nicola while shooting season 3 specifically, but with no spoilers?
Yeah, okay. There's a couple of moments, they're from the books, and there was like a different energy on set that day because Nick and I knew how important it were to the fans, and we were just like, oh, why do we really feel it today?
Yeah. Sweet brother, that was the last of my questions.
Great.
From Cantonese.
I love a lady who has the greatest aversion imaginable to that coloured hair.
How can I convince her to see past my follicles?
Oh my God.
no.
I mean, my advice would be, if she's not going to see past your hair, you may love her to distraction, but you must get out of there.
Yeah, well, she obviously is not reciprocated.
How can I convince her to see past my follicles is what he's... So you can't?
No, she's
Yeah, you
not
can't
worth
give
it.
up, babe.
No, sack her off.
Yeah.
I came from Ireland 6 months ago.
But then I reached this country and I met another young man at my sister's. I've been to some picnics with him and I see him often, and I think I have fallen in love with him.
I think if you've let yourself fall in love with the second person, you're not really in love with the first person.
No, I promise. How it depends on their age.
Yeah, she hasn't said how she feels about the one that she's promised to.
Yeah.
Wait, 5?
Go for the new guy, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Just
yeah.
as- I mean,
In society,
Benedict would say have both.
yeah, he would.
Shuttle back.
Yeah.
They somewhat question the lawfulness of it. The lawfulness
Ooh.
of it. And would fain know your opinion.
I desire a speedy answer.
Well, firstly, is he 19? Because he said he's about 19.
Is it a guy?
I think we've got bigger issues.
Is it a guy or a girl?
Stuck there. You're like,
I'm about 34.
I'm about, yeah.
If you think it's immoral to dance, then just stay at home.
Yeah.
I
flip a coin.
Dance, don't dance. Head or tail.
A says he should tell her about it and not pick it up.
I think it's nice to just pick it up and hand it to. I feel it's fussy to ask.
A says he should tell her about it and not pick it up. Pick up Yankee. B says he should pick up and hand it to her. I'm a gent. Oh, yeah, B.
Yeah, B.
Why is thunder more terrible in the nighttime? I think everything's more terrible in the dark, isn't it?
We think you can't see thunder in the light anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose anything, someone tickling you would be scarier at night than in the day.
I am a girl of 20, and I've been going with a young man for 6 months.
When with him, I think I do. But when I'm away from him, I hardly think about him.
I think about things I've said 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like just before I go to sleep. So let alone the love of my life. I think about my partner all the time. All the time.
Yeah, same.
Carry on if you want, but don't delude
Maybe
yourself.
it will come. Maybe eventually.
I'm not really a fan of maybe it will come. You know, like it's either there or it's not. Let's move on with our lives.
Great. Those were as relevant today as they
true,
were
actually.
hundreds of years ago.
That's true.
May I see your home? Or will I have to sit on the fence? Sorry.
Hi, we're the cast of Bridgerton. You have a sextant because I'm lost in your eyes.
Wow.
I don't know what a sextant
No,
is.
nor do I.
I'm guessing you have one.
Yeah.
Because I'm lost in your eyes.
I imagine I do.
Yeah.
I think I've got a few actually.
It's an instrument for measuring angular distances, used especially in navigation, as in ascertaining latitude and longitude, so mapping the stars. Okay, with context, much better.
Brain fever?
It's really not where I thought that was going.
Our sofa holds just 2.
Okay.
Let's go.
I mean...
Here, take this card and simply feel the love my lips dare not reveal.
Oh, that's nice.
Like that one.
That's
might
the
take,
winner.
Might take that one.
Yeah, but now girls would have seen it and it
Yeah.
would be less special.
Before this comes out,
I got it first.
that's getting used. I'm gonna do it normally, but I feel like it would be better in like a Cockney accent. And over.
And over.
Do you know what I mean?
And over you were dressed.
Darling.
All right. Drink, tell lies, go with other girls, or break dates. I part my hair in the middle.
Wow.
Interested?
Does it say that?
No.
That really is like a Tinder profile. That
Is
is
it?
literally like listings.
Yeah, but like the best things about you, like part your hair in the middle, crease your pants on the side. Feel like, you know, surely a few more redeeming qualities than that.
sure. Is she kind?
Is she kind?
Does she care?
Is she a nice
Does she
lady?
smell nice? May I see your home? Or will I have to sit on the fence? Sorry. Or will I have to sit on the fence and watch you meander by?
I would feel quite weird if
Yeah.
you sat on the fence outside
I
my
tried
house.
to give Colin there, but it's
Also,
not
what are you
giving.
doing? Like, you're trying to get the key in. You're like,
Yeah.
you okay?
Yeah, also sat on the fence is kind of like
Really uncomfortable.
splintery. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is not.
Yeah, just like, oh.
Yeah. Let's answer some random questions with Shondaland.
Pre-filming rituals.
The only one I really have is I'll wait until they're ready to call us to set, and then I'll brush my teeth, and that's probably really annoying because it probably means I'm always late to set, but I have to just
But
brush
I feel
my
like
teeth
we were both
just
very
before.
respectful of one another in the teeth brushing
Well, yeah,
department.
mints always.
Yeah,
on
always
tap.
mints.
Someone's pulled the covers off.
Do you sleep in the nude? You don't have to tell me. Sorry.
Colin has had more than a few steamy dreams about young Penelope.
Oh yeah, and away we go.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's a love dream. Maybe it's a fear about love. How about
Fear
that?
about letting go and falling in love.
Had a dream about falling from a building or even off a cliff. It could mean that you are overly anxious about something in your personal life. Best to take a good look at your insecurities.
Oh, I didn't know it was going to give us like personal advice.
be like-
Best look at that, yeah.
Wow.
Best
Okay.
look at that, Luke.
Holy
Okay.
moly. Next dream is kind of a horrible one. It's screaming, but nothing comes out.
Oh, yeah, I've had that.
I've never had that.
You have it. It's awful.
No.
It's like you're in a really scary situation and nothing's coming out.
Maybe not. It's about not being heard or out of your depth, maybe.
Out of your depth is a good one.
Yeah.
That's nice, like you're underwater.
This one is a classic. Being naked at school or work.
I've never had this.
You have not had that?
No, I've never had it.
What? I have it like all the time. It's always this. It's really stupid. We're basically, it's like the three of us, like we will have all agreed to be naked at this thing, and then I'm the only one who shows up naked.
We did this for this interview, didn't we? And then suddenly.
Yeah, and then I came flying out. I was like, what? In the dream, I'm like, we all said we were going to be naked at this, and you were not. And everyone else is like, I didn't want to do that.
Someone's pulled the covers off. That's
Do you
what the dream
sleep in
means.
the nude? You don't have to tell me. Sorry.
Well, no, but you know, like someone's just pulled the covers off and so you feel quite cold.
Metaphorically.
No, literally. Like it's just the covers have fallen off.
But that's not really a meaning.
It's a literal meaning.
It's a literal meaning.
It's not very interesting.
Finding yourself naked at work or in a classroom suggests that you are unprepared for a project at work or school. With all eyes on you, you fear some flaw will be brought to public attention and you will be exposed as a fraud or a phony. None of these have a very nice meaning. It's like being naked at school means you're gonna meet a special horse.
Yeah. So we're just laying everything out.
You have anxiety, you're insecure, and I'm a fraud. Feel good. Anyone who's seen our show knows it's full of romance, music, dancing, and lots of family drama, much like Bollywood.
So today we're going to guess whether a plot summary is from Bridgerton or Bollywood.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yep.
A couple's relationship is tested by the arrival of a charming and mysterious married stranger.
I don't think that's from Bridgerton.
I can't think
Because
of.
it's like when you're married in Bridgerton, you're like, you're done.
Yeah.
Right?
Couple's relation. Yeah.
Oh, well, not in Queen Charlotte. There was your grandfather was having it off.
But they might not be married. A couple's relationship is tested by the.
Mysterious married stranger.
So the person that comes
Oh,
in.
maybe it is Queen Charlotte.
Yeah. Should we go with that?
Yeah, all right.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Bollywood.
Sorry, Luke.
Number 1.
I'm sorry, Luke.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry,
good.
Luke.
That was as good as guess as I was going to give.
Sorry. On her honeymoon, a bride discovers just how uninformed she is about her partner's physical inability to have kids.
Yeah. It's season 1.
Duke and Daffers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. This
Yeah.
is going to be a point for us.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes!
Brilliant, done. Yep.
Next one. A girl's brother forces a marriage on her. Before the wedding can go through, she attempts to run away, but is caught by a charming man who turns out to be her future husband.
It's Queen Charlotte.
Is that?
Yeah, it's her trying to get over the wall and
Okay.
George.
Oh, yes.
And
yeah.
Yeah. I better
Very
be.
hope it is.
Yeah.
Queen Charlotte.
Thank the
Very
Lord, I've
good.
redeemed myself. A love triangle from the past among friends that spans over decades, repressed desires and mutual affection for each other leads to friends reigniting their relationship. No, not friends. Spans over decades? I don't think so.
Let's go Bollywood.
Let's go Bollywood.
It's gotta be.
It's
Yes!
Bollywood! Whoop!
A couple with different family backgrounds is wed in an arranged marriage because of the groom's royal status and a strategic alliance, but slowly fall in love with each other despite their beliefs in the mid-1500s.
That can't be us because we're the 1800s.
Yeah.
So surely must be Bollywood?
Yeah, it's gotta be. It's like a similar to
It's similar,
Queen Charlotte's
yeah,
story, right?
but wrong
just
era.
that last
Yeah,
is
the
just
date
throwing
gave her
us.
away.
Yeah!
Yay.
Thank you for putting in the 1500s.
Yeah, thank you. Facing heated competition and a prickly foe, the man steps up his courtship game. That could be any season of Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Or Bollywood. So in season 1 we've got the prince with Daphne.
Yeah.
Season 2, Kate took someone else to the races. It was a
Yeah.
little, although Anthony didn't really step up his courtship game.
Edwina had someone else at the races as well, Lord Lumley.
She did, yeah. A prickly foe. I wouldn't say Lord Lumley was sweet.
No.
Prickly foe. Oh, no, it's bloody Nigel Burbrook.
Burbrook. Of course it is.
Yeah? Okay. Yes!
No one's actually going to tell us if it is Burbrook or not, so we're just
I
taking
know, I'm
that as the
assuming.
win. Great. Dorset.
Thomas
Yeah,
Dorset.
yeah.
Sorry, thank you. Hello, I am Nicola and I play Penelope in Bridgerton.
I am Luke and I play Colin in Bridgerton, and we are sharing our favourite love stories. Do you want to go?
I can, because I've actually been rewatching The Office and the Pam and Jim storyline.
Yeah.
It gets me every
You
time.
can't beat it.
And that's the Friends to Lovers.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And that first kiss they have when the office is closed and he goes and he like tells her he loves her and
Yeah.
she's with Roy and you're like, not Roy!
Yeah.
No!
Yeah. Notting Hill for me is like one of my favourite
So good.
rom-coms of all time.
It's so good.
I also love like their friendships between like all the friends
The
that
friend
live in
group.
London, and
Yeah,
like you just
so
want to have
fun.
that friendship group. So
When Harry Met Sally, have you seen it?
yeah.
It's so amazing. Another Friends to Lovers. Because there's something really sweet, I think, about two people like really knowing each other and they can't sort of hide behind all of the things you do maybe when you first start dating and you're trying to put the best version of
You
yourself
already know that
forward.
person.
Yeah, so there's no,
Yeah.
nothing to hide. I think those are the ones that, you feel like also those couples will stay together.
Yeah,
I think
'cause
that's
they've
an
got
important
that
thing.
foundation, and they're like
Because there's certain movies where you're like, that did not work out for them. Let's see how well we know each other, shall we? Close your eyes, Luke.
Okay.
Sleep.
Who is most likely to forget a line or break character? 3, 2, 1, point. Particular.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I just love that feeling of just like
It's
being
the most
on the edge.
delicious feeling in the world
Yeah.
when you know you can't laugh.
Yeah.
And we had it a lot in like very romantic scenes. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Like that first one, and there was one day someone's like stomach was grumbling, and we were just like,
Yeah, that's on one of the bloopers that we got to see at the
oh
wrap
yeah, it
party.
was really
It's
cute
like-
actually.
Who is most likely to make the group burst into laughter? 3, 2, 1, point.
If you haven't said yourself, that is a joke.
Really?
yeah.
Aw,
come on. Yeah.
Lukey.
You're hilarious.
Thanks,
Keep everyone in high spirits.
One's gotta go.
Gotta go.
Get rid of tea time, because it'd be quite weird if I was just in someone's living room that I don't know, because it'll be Regency times. I won't know them. Having tea with them,
Yeah,
that
great.
might be quite awkward. So
Ideally, I want both. I want the next morning after the ball to have tea time.
Nice,
Nice
yeah.
little hangover cure. But if I've got to ditch one, it's tea
Yeah.
time.
Promenade.
Promenade. That one's got to go. Promenade.
Gotta
can
go.
I've been outside is nice, but
That's how you just discovered you could do it as a thing.
I can leave that.
What are we doing in the study?
Quiet time.
promenade's
Study's gotta go.
For me, promenade's got to go, because then I don't have to run into this.
Oh yeah, I'll
Little
get rid
blanket.
I'll get rid of going outside.
Yeah, I like to stay in the sun.
Yeah, it's warm.
Yeah, it's warm.
It's warm.
And
All
there
right.
aren't people there.
This is very easy, guys. We're just like, yep.
Carriage ride's got to go.
Yeah, I don't want to. What are you going to do in carriage? Just
There's a few things you can do. Trust me.
Carriage ride can absolutely do one.
Really?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, they are choppy.
Carriage ride's got to go because the competitive side of me wants the competition.
But you're terrible at Pall Mall.
Well, come on. Let's not. I think.
Can't stop myself.
Can't watch one.
No.
One in bed.
Please.
Chance up till 4. Same for me.
But I'm not like mad at it.
I don't think I've had it.
You're
But I'm just
not?
like.
You haven't lived.
I don't know. Sparkling.
No, it's too fizzy on
Is
my
it?
teeth.
Are you watching?
I like them. Depends on the show.
Really depends on the have to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not looking
No
at
spoilers.
I'm sweet.
I need to go sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna expose myself here. I
Same.
wish I was the other one.
Me too.
How did we shoot season 3? I'm gonna say crush, yeah.
Yeah, because that's just human.
And I think you can make it cute, right?
Yeah, you're like, I'm such a silly Billy.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm in like the middle. I want to be better.
Now I've said this, anyone that I don't respond to straight away
They'd be
would
like-
be like, what's going on?
He hates me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's our favourite?
Yeah, because I've just started rewatching The Office again for about
Yeah.
the 15th time, so I can't lie. Apparently, Bridgerton is one of the most rewatched shows on Netflix. Did you know that?
Wow.
I now present to you Lady Whistledown's column, 2024 edition. Colin is dead fit. Lady Whistledown. XOXO.
Hi, I'm Gina. I'm here with Luke Newton and Nicola Coughlan, and these are the Netflix 9. Guys, I've missed you so much, you know.
See you.
Nice to see you
We're all in person as well.
know.
It's even better.
How are you both? How are you feeling? Your time has come.
I know.
You're the
mad.
stars of the show.
So exciting,
It's
isn't
really
it?
exciting.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of pressure? Because obviously you've known about this for a long time. You've known about the fact you've filmed it, you're waiting for people to see it. Because of the anticipation, do you feel any pressure whatsoever?
It was like we'd been trained up year after
A
year.
little bit.
And we were like, felt so prepared for it.
It's nice, like having been friends for so long, having each other for support, and we could just text and be like really nervous
Yeah.
about this, and we could have an open dialogue
Yeah.
about stuff, which is so important. You need a lot of trust in your scene partner when you're doing a lot of the
Yeah.
stuff we were
The
doing.
full scene.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Everyone else has sort of met, maybe in rehearsals, maybe in prep.
Yeah.
But, you know, first scene that they've got to do together has been like the scene when they meet or something. Whereas
Yeah.
for us, we've had like years and years to
Yeah,
develop their
we met in
friendship.
2019,
Yeah.
back in the summer.
Yeah.
2019.
Johnny and Simone, they're in this season as well.
Absolutely.
Do you get like a handover memo when they're like, all right, you're the next one? What's the vibe? Like, do they give you advice? Like, what's the vibe?
It just kind of
It
continues,
just kind of
doesn't
happens,
it?
yeah. I think we all know, like with the show, it's a bit like a relay race, and that each season you're like, okay, I'm going to hold on to the baton, and then you feel like you want to hold it and do your best job, but you're ready to kind of pass it on.
Yeah.
And like Simone and I chatted on the phone before, and she was so sweet, and she was like, you know, any help you want and whatever, but she was like, you know, you've been on the show, you've got this, you're all right, and it's lovely to have that support, and you and Johnny are so close.
Yeah, totally.
8 months of filming. You two would have spent a lot of time together.
Yes.
So I want to know how well you've gotten to know each other
All
in
right,
that time.
all right.
Nicola,
Yes.
what is the one word in Luke's social media bio on both Instagram and TikTok? A clue, it's written in capital letters on his Instagram.
Oh.
It's one word. How did you know that?
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, the one word I associate with you is bro.
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 Yeah, I thought it was going to be like
I
a
was
word
like,
that
what
I
he
use all the
uses,
time.
but
yeah.
okay. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well done, well done. Luke,
Yeah.
we obviously know Nicola is Irish.
Yeah.
But where in Ireland is she from?
There's a song about it.
Oh, yeah, no, I know it. It's
You do?
Galway. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know that.
Nicola, where's Luke from?
Lucas from Brighton.
Right, I've got a question about middle names, but I'm guessing you don't know that.
I do.
Do you? Do you actually know his middle name?
Yeah.
Come on, what is it?
Paul. Is it?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Do you know?
I don't know why. I don't think I've ever told you my middle name.
Nicola doesn't have one.
I definitely
I've
do.
decided. Yeah, of course it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Let's talk previous roles, all right?
Yeah.
Luke, Nicola was in Barbie, but
Yeah.
which Barbie was she?
Luke.
God!
I think I was just jealous I wasn't the Barbie.
Well, in the script, I was Nobel Prize Barbie, and then
Okay.
in the finished movie, I was Diplomat Barbie. I was
Right,
a
okay.
diplomat.
All right, Nicola.
Yes.
Luke was the star of a Disney Channel series in
Yes.
2016, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was that show called?
The Lodge.
Nicola, she's like your bestie.
Absolutely.
Everything about you.
I
Amazing,
read the Luke
great
Newton
at this.
Wikipedia page every night. I'm like, Luke Paul,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Luke, do you know her star sign?
If you want to say when my birthday is, someone
Yeah.
can give
I
the
think you
star
can
sign.
say
Yeah, so then I can have
Yeah,
the...
so, yeah, you can have that point.
So, hang on. It's January 9th.
You were one of the- you were one of
You've
the-
saved it.
You were one of the first people to text me on my birthday as well.
Oh, was it?
Exactly.
Okay,
So,
that
if
can
you
go
know,
as a
I'm a
win.
Capricorn.
Yeah, okay, Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Great.
Nicola, when is Luke's birthday?
February, it's either 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
5th,
It's the 5th.
Yeah.
and he's an Aquarius.
Yes. Well done.
Yeah.
Okay,
Love an
that's-
Aquarius.
yeah,
Can I say, are these Nicola's cards? I think you might have written them.
Me and Nicola actually FaceTimed yesterday.
I was like, right, give me the logo!
Yeah.
Do you know what? I can see you guys are besties, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
It's all
You're
good.
Barbie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes I speak to cast members of different shows about mementos they take when they've wrapped filming. Is there anything that you guys take when you wrap? Like, are you planning on keeping them sideburns at some point? once this is
Oh,
gone?
it was really hard to let them go, to be honest.
I felt weirdly
didn't-
sad when you cut them
Yeah. Because also they contour you a little bit as
Yeah,
well.
give you a
so
little
it's just
snatch
your-
up.
Yeah, yeah.
off. No, something.
A lot of people didn't think they were real. It's not really a thing that you just see day to day. It's the one thing that made me quite recognisable going around London, being like, that's obviously a Bridgeton dude because he's got
Wait,
his
hold on,
sides.
sorry. They're real?
Yeah,
As in,
yeah.
You grow them?
Yeah, I grew them for the.
Not,
yeah.
They weren't in season 1 though, right? You had
No,
sticky
season 1 I
Yannies.
had
I
stick
thought you
on
just pasted
to young
paste
boy.
these.
But no, these were all me.
No
Yeah.
way!
Yeah. But yeah, letting go of them was hard.
Nicola, what are you keeping?
I
Anything?
grew no interesting body hair, sad to say. But I did keep a vase. They gave it to me, the props team.
Wow.
It was in Penelope's room, and it's got all these beautiful flowers on it. And I'd had my eye on it for ages, and then on the last day of filming, they wrapped it up and wrote me a little note.
Wow.
It's really sweet.
So we know Bridgerton is known for being steamy and glam, but what's the least glamorous thing about this role?
I mean, the modesty garments are like pretty.
Yeah. The
Peter.
things that we wear when you're doing an intimacy scene to make it look like you're not clothed
Holy God.
are not sexy.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a like distinct memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke kindly showed me before we did the scene, and it was like,
It's like, this is what it is, by the way.
I was like, oh my God. And then it's like, for the women's one, it covers very little. That's all I'll say. It covers, you look at it, it covers even less than you think.
Wow.
So you gotta get real comfortable with your pal before you start doing that.
Yeah.
The carriage scene. How do you think fans will react to that scene? And how many fan edits do you think you'll get tagged in after this comes out?
Wow. That's going to
Well,
be...
the amount of stuff that we have, like all we've seen now is fan edits from season 1 and 2, in which it's Penelope being in love and Colin not. So it's like a whole different world.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very, I think
They're going to be...
a lot.
Yeah. Because I've seen some reactions off just like little Easter eggs that we've put in on social media or
figured out
whatever
little
it
bits.
is.
They're very
and
clever,
like,
the Bridgerton
Yeah,
fans.
they're so smart, so
It's
smart.
gonna be...
Yeah, you can't get much past them.
That was cool. That was one of those scenes where we knew how much it meant to the fans.
100%.
So there was like a different energy on set and everyone kind of felt it. And so we knew that we had to do it justice. There's like a few moments.
We had a funny moment filming that. Basically, the director, Andrew Ahn, was like, okay, you know, you're gonna do this, and then the carriage pulls up to Bridgerton Castle, you're gonna stop. We were like, sweet. It's, you know, the long dialogue and then the bits happen.
Yeah.
And then it was like, it felt like it was going on for like a long time. And I was like, okay. But we're in the carriage alone. So we're just like, okay,
Just waiting for them to say...
So we're just keeping going for ages. And all of a sudden we just heard, stop! And we were like, what? They had called cut like ages before and we could not hear it all.
You couldn't hear a thing.
So, we
for about 5 minutes, we're just continuing the scene.
We're just getting off each other in the back of the carriage.
Stop!
Yeah, we were just like, kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Obviously, we've already established you've been busy mates this entire time.
Yeah.
So knowing that eventually you'd have to sort of have it off, is it like, well, the time's come?
Yeah.
You turn up to set like, well.
In season 1, it was quite funny to us because we thought it was going to be season 4 because it's book 4.
Yeah.
So we used to joke about it, and then it became less funny.
Yeah.
You know, and it became
It's
more.
happening next year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. Yeah. The first kiss, I was really scared.
Yeah.
So we had to have like a trial run before in the trailer with an intimacy coordinator.
Yeah.
But it was like,
Yeah.
that felt like first kiss at school or something.
You never really know what you look like when you kiss.
Yeah.
And you know, the intimacy stuff, they're going to make it look good. They're going to make it look sexy. But like...
if you're an ugly kisser, what are you going to do?
So
It's
that
just-
was kind of
Is it Orky looking in a mirror together now? What's the vibe?
Do we do it that often? I don't know that we do.
We got one like...
Actually, we can do it right now. I just realised. No, we weirdly loved filming that scene. We talked about it a bunch.
Yeah.
We had each other's backs.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but
It's
it
a
felt
real
quite
close set,
It's
isn't
a
it?
close
Yeah, it's
set. So
liberating,
there's,
like-
yeah, and I think we were like, let's do this
Yeah.
and let's like make it the best we can. And also those days, there's not that much dialogue.
Yeah.
So weirdly, it was one of my favourite days on set. It was 2 days actually. It takes a long time to.
And then
make that
by the
all
end of the day,
happen.
you walk around set just like in your underwear and you feel absolutely
Yeah,
fine.
we were just chilling under
Like,
the
there's
blanket. And they were like, "Do you want to
before.
move?" We were like, "No,
Yeah.
we're great. We feel amazing."
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Have either of you ever been on the Bridgerton Netflix subreddit page?
No.
I saw a specific question from a user, Haru7, so I hope they don't mind me asking this to the two of you because I thought it was a great question. If you could cast any actor or actress to join you in the Bridgerton cast, who would you choose?
So I've just made a wish list on my phone of actors I really want to work with, and he mainly does comedy, but I'm obsessed with Bowen Yang. I love Bowen Yang so much. I think he's the funniest man in the world. I feel like Bowen Yang is a hilarious lord to come in and court one of the ladies. I would really love.
I was just thinking about people that we've worked with, and you worked with Lydia West recently.
Oh my God, Lydia West.
And like, I've only met Lydia a couple of times, and it was so nice when I knew that you were going to be working so closely with her as well. So
heaven.
like, let's get her in.
I'd love Lydia to
How
be
cool
in
would that
Bridgerton.
be?
We've mentioned that the Bridgerton fans are very smart.
Oh yeah.
I've been looking through Twitter comments. I mean, the things that they're getting, it's
I know.
amazing. Have either of you come across any theories about this season that are either scarily close to the truth or are ridiculously far-fetched?
Oh, there's been both actually.
Yeah. A lot of them are really close.
A lot of them are really close. I think people think that James Foon is playing my suitor and he's my sister's husband.
Yes.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
We get funny ones of like if we're at events or something.
Yeah.
They think we're sending code messages.
Yeah.
Like, our
I've seen
outfits.
them.
Yeah, and I'm like, so we sent it to you. They were like, "Did you see this?" We're like,
Yeah,
"That's
yeah.
mad." As if we.
I had one the other
We should
day.
start doing it.
Yeah, we should.
We can be like,
Like if
yeah.
ever I wear yellow or I have
Yeah,
yellow,
yeah.
it's obviously a sign because
Yeah.
Penelope wears yellow. Or like I wore a feather as like a brooch to an event and they were like, "It's a feather, Featherington." I was like,
No, I don't
"It's
even
so,
think.
yeah.
I know. I think I shared the same song to my Instagram story twice. A Hosier song that I really like, and they were like, "It's in season 3," and I was like, "No, I'm just really uninventive that I shared the same."
Yeah.
It's like
Copy
It's
and
a lot
paste.
of work for you both also to keep
Yeah.
I
memory
know,
good.
but then sometimes you will do a little. Sometimes
Yeah.
we do a little.
Yeah, now
little
we've started
tease.
all the press.
Yeah, little
we're like,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, we're ready to share.
Yeah, brilliant.
Scene 1, shot 1. All right, this is Carriage Ride 2024. Scene 1, take 1. Never all the ones.
Welcome, Luke and Nicola.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the back of the cab.
It's cozy.
It is cozy. It's nice.
What are you both doing here in London?
We live here. You're west, I'm east.
Yeah.
East is better, and you like west.
But West is best. That kind of flows, rolls off
No.
the tongue, doesn't it?
Luke, do you still go to Balance or do you have a new go-to?
I have been recently, actually. Classic night out would be end up in Freedom and then 3-4 in the morning, crawl out and go into Balance and get like breakfast food. Do I have a new go-to? I'm big on ordering at the moment, getting food in.
You love a takeaway.
Yeah,
Me
love
too,
a
to be
takeaway.
fair.
I just love pizza, to be honest. Pizza is like a real treat for me after intimacy day. The
Oh
last
my god,
one.
we got a fat pizza. Oh, it's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Do you have any go-to places that you went to in your early career in London?
In my early career, yeah, it was a lot of time spent at the Soho Theatre Bar. It's quite cool because at the time that I was going there was a lot of us that were like on the struggle bus, like wanting to be actors, writers, whatever, and all kind of there having drinks and meeting different people, whatever. And now a lot of us are like doing TV or doing stuff together, and it's really lovely to get to this point and
Yeah.
then to go back and be like, okay, wow, we're really doing it.
Yeah.
It's lovely. It's such a tough journey. So
Yeah.
when you see people that have stuck it out and they're
Yeah.
like doing it, it's like
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
cool.
When I first moved to London, I had a terrible time. And people are like, was
Really?
it yeah, I was really broke. I had lots of like terrible jobs. I wasn't getting auditions and I was like, I don't like it here, goodbye. I think it only lasted like 6 months the first time I
Really?
lived here.
Well, and
yeah.
then went home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Failed actor. I think it was about 2016. I got an open audition at the Old Vic. Backstage there, you've got pictures of Laurence Olivier and Vivian Lee, and you really feel the history of the place when you're in it. And we did this reading of the play. It was written by Zoe Cooper, brilliant playwright, and it was magic. And we got a standing ovation for the reading, which like never happens at a play read. And it was just like, it felt like something special, and it felt like the thing that was going to change my life, and it did. And then my agent signed me from that play, and then my first audition for her was Derry Girls. So
No way.
yeah, it really turned things around.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I thought we were going to be individuals this year.
I wanted to clear with my man, wouldn't I?
Well, I'm not being an individual on my own.
You both met in 2019 for the first time, is
We
that right?
did, summer of 2019.
Do you
Yeah.
remember your first impression of each other?
If my memory's correct,
Yeah.
it was at the dance studio. And I think we just had a hug, and I just felt like warmth from you straight away. I didn't even know at this point that you were Whistledown, and you told me at that
Couldn't
moment.
keep it in.
Yeah,
Unlike Penelope, I'm like, guess what?
Yeah.
This is so exciting.
And I was like, no, really?
Yeah.
And we talked about like the future of our roles, and that
Yeah.
eventually we'd.
Because you were like the person, like you and Eloise, like whoever the actors were playing, you
Yeah.
and Eloise, I was like most excited
They're
to
gonna
meet.
be who we're closest
And
to.
like, I'm so lucky it was you.
Yeah, me
so
too.
lucky, because I really can't imagine doing this with someone else. It
No.
would have been a completely different experience. Yeah, it
we
was
get
great.
to go through taxi
Yeah.
rides.
Yeah.
We get to
We're gonna
travel,
travel the world.
Like, yeah.
Can you take us all the way back to how and when you found out that this was your season as leads?
I think I was in a pub.
Were
and
you actually?
They were like, you got to jump on a Zoom. And I was like, what am I going to do? I think I sat in the car on my phone and just we got the news then.
Yeah.
But obviously we were way more excited probably than anyone else was that it had been
It
swapped
was
around.
mental. I got quite freaked out, and I can't lie. I got really scared because weirdly I'd had a chat with Claudia really soon before this, being like, isn't it so fun to play the weirdo in the corner?
Right, yeah.
And it's like so much less pressure. And then they were like, surprise, we're moving you forward a year. And I was like, oh God.
I just said I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Like, what will the fans think, and what will, you know, all of that. But yeah, then it became exciting.
Yeah, it's great.
That switch round of you being brought forward a season, that would have been a huge secret for you to keep.
Huge, yeah.
But how secret are you actually? Do you actually have to keep it? Like, can you not tell like your family?
No, I do tell my family.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
you have to keep it secret from the rest of the world and
Yeah.
all your press interviews. There was one we did for season 2 where some interviewer said, oh, Shonda said they might not go in order, and I was like, what's been said? I didn't get briefed on it. I was like, don't speak, don't say, don't react, don't. Terrifying.
I've seen a TikTok, I think it is, online, and it's
Oh, yeah,
a reaction.
you sent it to me the other day.
Me and Luke are together,
Yeah.
and they mention the change in order or something. They mention what's going to happen in season, and Luke like knows what's happening, and he takes over the answer, and I'm like smiling, touching my ear, which is such a sign of lying. Yeah, I was literally like, touch my ear, I'm smiling, and I was so obvious back then that I knew.
And it is not me they are eyeing.
This setting of being in the back of a moving vehicle might be familiar.
Yes.
After that carriage scene in season 3, talk us through filming on that day.
So I think it was split up, wasn't it?
It was a couple of different days. The bizarre magic of television is like, so we filmed some of it outside at Hampton Court Palace.
Yeah.
We filmed some of it in a soundstage, and there was a third outside Bridgerton House. So it's actually split over probably like 2-3 months, possibly.
Yeah.
It was intimidating as hell because it was a scene from the book, and it was one I really remembered from reading the book.
Yeah. It's not like any other intimacy scene because normally you have camera crew, cameras around, like there's people that are visible, but there's so limited in space that it was
just the two of us in there, which was really nice actually, because as an actor you have to suspend your disbelief. That's part of it, but the fewer things around you that are there, it makes it easier just to really commit and go, this is this moment.
Convince yourself.
I've not been in love with someone since I was 9. I can't imagine it, but then that person around go, no, I actually do feel this way. It's so magic. We said this season is so romantic.
It really is.
I'd very much like to be more than friends. The audience have waited more than 3 years for this to happen.
Yeah.
And it's so earned, and also I feel like those scenes were shot with like a lot of love, care, and attention for everyone involved. Yeah. So I hope it's gonna meet people's expectations.
I can't wait for them to see the realization moment from Colin, because that's what people have been pushing, particularly on me, for like the last 3 years.
I know.
Like, wake up and see what's right in front of you.
Yeah.
So for them to finally have that, I hope that they'll just be able to go, oh, I can breathe.
Thank God, dude.
Yeah.
But it's funny how much we get like in trouble for things our characters do.
Yeah.
So like you get it all the time, don't you?
For the end of season 2.
Yeah.
I'll get it forever, I'm sure.
Probably. Well, I get it, and they're like, well, Whistledown ruined her life. And I'm like, I didn't even do it. I'm not an aristocrat from the 18th century. I'm from Galway. Like, what are you talking about?
To be honest, this season is very steamy. It feels like it's the steamy season.
It definitely
is. Very romantic.
Very romantic.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like, what I loved so much is we would film scenes, and then after some of the crew would be like, it's just so nice.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves love like that, and that's what you want. Because you know, when you're an actor, you just want people to feel stuff. Whether you want them to laugh or cry or.
And normally the crew wouldn't comment on stuff.
Yeah.
Like, then
the crew
it's
are
kind of like
a bunch of dudes. Like, you know.
So they wouldn't normally say stuff, but.
Dave.
Yeah.
I can't deal with this. We have a security guard called Dave, and he's a legend.
Yeah.
And he came to both of us at the end of the season, and he sat down with us, and he was like, I don't normally do this, and I've worked with a lot of big Hollywood actors, and he named a bunch of people, and he was like, but I'm so proud of you and Luke, and I love this story and what you've done. And we were like, Dave, didn't expect from you, Dave.
10 months of a year, we saw each other almost every day.
Yeah, more than our family, friends, loved ones. Like, it was just.
And like experiencing that, the difficulties, but also the amazing moments, like the accomplishments. You know, when we do a scene that felt like a stunt, whether it was or not, or like going through the whole ups and downs together, and then finishing and being like, we actually did. I mean, we still keep saying to each other like,
we did it. It's happened. We did it. Yeah. I think there was such a build-up of those years. Like, it's the weird things that like are in the show and then in real life. It's like we've had 3 years to prepare. Like Colin and Penelope had years to prepare for their relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, yeah, come to get together and it feeling like, and someone that you get on with, that you can like share the experience with, or even if you're having a bad day and going, oh God, this really didn't work, and I wonder how we shot this. Like all that stuff, that dialogue. But I felt like towards the end of the 8 months of filming, I felt so sad. I was like, I'm really gonna miss Luke. I feel like it's like, because we were such support systems to one another, that I was like, and we both like hate goodbyes as well.
I know.
So we're both like, okay, bye, see you, bye.
I remember when we went back to just do a few pickups and reshoots and things, and we were messaging before that, going, oh, have you heard we're gonna be doing some pickups and stuff?
Yeah.
And thinking in my head, and I actually said this to Jess, I was like, it felt like someone was giving us a little chance just to lead the show just for like 2 more weeks. Felt like we hadn't quite had enough.
Why is that like making me cry?
But do you know what I mean?
It did feel like that. It
was like, because I'd already said goodbye and said I'd finish the season, and next year we'll be
there supporting the next couple. And
but it was like a little treat
it
to be
was
like,
really lovely.
come back and just do a couple more weeks as the lead. And I was like, wow.
I know, it was like very, very emotional.
Yeah. We shall gallop along. This is so nice.
It's so nice to like talk about it. Yeah, it is. So nice. It was a really special thing.
Yeah. Who gets to do that?
I know.
That's great.
Do you ever do it on set?
I don't think I ever
I
have.
asked one time, but it was just really nerve-wracking.
There's a nice weight to it. It connects.
Yeah, it's nice and clacky.
Great. Carriage.
A good fact, that dress smelled really weird. The butterfly fabric smelled like tweed. Does someone want this? Does a fan want this? It might be awful. I'm like, should I pick Bridgerton specific colours, or should I just do rainbow? Maybe this person's not even a fan of Bridgerton. They just think I'm great. Actually, Claudia and I, who plays Eloise, we both made each other Penelope's necklaces. So I have, one from myself and one from her. Oh, cute. All right, I think I've smooched these ones in a professional manner. I think this is Luke Newton. That's Luke. Okay.
I actually didn't.
I think it was Nicola. Oh no, maybe not.
I didn't actually audition for Eloise.
Did you not?
No.
Who for?
I auditioned for Penelope.
Yeah.
Well, I auditioned with those Penelope scenes.
Right. We talked about how weird that would be.
Listen, you're a beautiful man, but God, it makes me feel sick.
I don't know this for a fact.
I don't know this. Well, it's not me.
No.
And it can't be you, because you'd know that.
Yeah. Is it going to be Nick?
Is it Nicola? She's amazing at accents.
Yeah. And she's also, big on social media. And it is correct. Yeah.
What?
We're doing really well at this.
She's like, that's why she's really good at accents.
Yeah.
Like, really good. She's getting
Also,
off Instagram.
She does the other accent in the show as well.
Oh, yeah.
Which always throws me.
I love it. Nicola's amazing at dancing as well.
She
Can't
wouldn't
be
say
Nick.
And we are here to do the Wired autocomplete interview.
Thank you, everybody. Stop Google.
So there's no wrong answer to this question, but how into astrology are you?
I don't know. I mean, I'm a Capricorn, which is a famously like uncool sign. But then we have like David Bowie and Kate Moss. So, but you're an Aquarius.
Yes, and that's all I know.
Shall I pretend to flirt with the imaginary cellist?
No. Me.
Just in a few words, can you describe your characters?
So Pen is someone I think who's very misunderstood. She's very shy in some ways, but she's really ballsy in others.
Penelope has a very formidable birth chart. She's a Gemini rising. And so it's
no,
it's a good thing. I know it gets a bad reputation, but
no, but it makes total sense.
Yes. The duality of her character definitely shows up in that. Younger in life, she's going to struggle with identity, figuring out who she is, but eventually she can't help but break out of her shell.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And then so Colin, he's a Sagittarius rising, which is the opposite. He's surprisingly sensitive, and so he may come across as this worldly person who's very brave, maybe the life of the party in moments, but at the end of the day, his chart's actually very vulnerable, very sensitive, and very deep if you get to know him.
Yeah, really sort of made a lot of sense, doesn't it?
It makes, I don't know how much you can say about that.
No,
it makes
yeah.
an awful lot of sense.
What Colin and Penn have in common is their kindness and their compassion for other people, but also their sense of humour as well. They both don't take things too seriously.
Venus is a planet of love. It basically explains what's a person like romantically. This particular part of the birth chart's enormously compatible with each other.
Really?
So we'll start with Penelope. I don't think this is going to surprise you, but she has a Venus in Taurus, which is steadfast, constant. It's said that when a Venus in Taurus falls in love, they fall in love for forever. And so there's a steadiness, a constant, and maybe even arguably a stubbornness to it of like, I've decided I love this person. I'm going to love them
when she was a
forever.
kid, she was like, that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
And then by contrast, Colin has a Venus in Pisces, which actually is the most romantic Venus sign you can have. It's extremely romantic. The only downside of it is there can be like a lack of certainty by contrast to the very strength of Venus in Taurus. So her Venus allows Colin to feel safe enough to explore his romantic side.
It really feels like she changes that for him. It's always talked about being friends to lovers, so you feel like it maybe would lose elements of the romance there, but if anything, it just accelerates it.
Yeah, it does, because it means so much.
Yeah.
Your eyes, the most remarkable shade of blue. Yet somehow they shine even brighter when you are kind.
One of the things I noticed about the charts is like in the long run, the romantic passion side of their romance will sustain. So there's this planet called Mars, and it has to do with like what's our attraction to each other. It's sort of like the animal instinct of the birth chart. And so they have what's called a square, which is essentially like fight hard, make up well.
Yeah.
It's like they can logically deny, but like they physically can't deny one another.
Yeah.
The moon signs are very compatible, and actually on a deep level, the two characters are very similar. And so beginning with Penelope, and so she's a new moon in Aries. She's gonna make waves in this lifetime. She's gonna be seen, to be visible.
Forgive me, I should not have said that.
Do not apologize. I find your frankness immensely refreshing.
And then for Colin, in the long run, he will very likely want to settle down into a peaceful life. So his moon in Aquarius, to some extent, always felt different growing up. Maybe like, I'm kind of a Bridgerton, I'm kind of not a Bridgerton. In the long run, he'll really love to create his own home so that he can begin feeling, you know, a part of things. And so what they share in common is in some ways, astrologically, they both, on the deepest level, feel like outsiders. But that's the very thing that likely will keep them compatible in the long run.
There's actually so many elements of that in the show. Like, as in talking future, but very near future.
Yeah, I don't know how much we can say about that.
No,
It's an awful lot of sense.
But I really have that sense. I've always had that sense that he wanted to settle down. And, you know, when we get towards the end of the show, I'm so sure we'll explore that and see where that goes.
I think they just have so much fun together. I think that like they just really love each other's company. Like we always say, if we look at like the Duke and Daphne and Kate and Anthony, we were like, I feel like Colin and Penn will just have like the happiest time. Because they're best friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for being here. This was so fun for me.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah,
It was so fun. You nailed it.
Thank you. Awesome.
I was surprised at how it aligns. I kind of wish that we'd spoken about this before.
I know.
Everybody, hey, it's time to wake up. Are we ready? Things are gonna shake up. Can you feel it? Feel it on the inside. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now. We can always reach a little higher. Find a way to light a little fire. Turn it up and never let it down. You know nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now. We've never been this far before. This could be the defining moment.
When I watched it, I was like, holy moly, I kind of didn't realise it was that much.
We've seen 2 episodes so far.
Yeah.
And we get right into it, like straight away.
Around.
But there's still a lot more to. We haven't seen the.
That's the tip of the iceberg. I would
It really
say.
is.
If you like that, you'll be very happy the rest of the season.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be. It's a real like sexy season, not just for us, for everyone.
Yes.
Like it's almost like everyone's been struck with a love potion or something. Everyone's at it.
They're feeling the love.
Yeah. So many people have had that relationship in their life where they've been a friend, but wanted more.
Yeah.
And that's what this couple sort of really just speaks about.
She always had him on this pedestal and he was perfect, and he's well and truly knocked off that pedestal.
Yeah.
She sort of looks up to him as this guy that's going to help her find a husband. She's like, you know, give it up. And then she becomes more confident and he starts losing confidence. I think the power shift is an enormous thing.
And just like how it's not as easy as people think it's going to be. I think people think he's going to, you know, come to his senses and see what's right in front of him, and that's all good. But it's like we go
every which way before we.
They just can't quite get on a level. I think this story is really one about people learning to love themselves before they can find love. It's like what RuPaul says: "How you gonna love yourself? You can't love anyone else." Like it's very that. But I hope people see themselves in it and like feel celebrated and feel worthy of love. That's something that There's one dress that's in.
You're very. She likes to give me the time to speak.
Very giving. One dress.
We got a sneak peek of the letter opening scene when you read
She
this
did?
in the book. Yes.
I'm gonna do it so I can get you.
When you read this in the book, did you anticipate it being as spicy as it looks on scene?
When I watched it, I was like, holy moly! I kind of didn't realize it was that much.
How hot and steamy is this going to be?
Exceptionally.
From all departments, everyone involved.
High up on the Scoville scale for sure. It's terrifying.
Yeah, it is. I think you just have to. We always knew it was coming, I guess. I was in my intimacy stuff, and I just had my dressing
gown. An image I will never forget.
And I said, Nick, you've got to see what I'm wearing before we start the scene.
You had a preview before
and it's just like a little cut.
It's not much clothes.
So I just
not even. Mine was worse actually. Mine was less than yours.
Yeah. The crew around you, like, I'm naked, but it's alright.
Yeah, it's alright. I've requested a PG version for my mammy because I am not doing that. If you want to watch it with your mum and dad, go for it. I really, having seen bits.
I don't think I can do Ep 2 with my mum.
No.
Let alone Ep. I'm not gonna say.
No, don't say. Don't say. No. Even in season 1, I skipped bits with my mum. I was like, she was like, that episode's a short. I was like, it was a short one. It was a short one. Yeah.
Describe this season in 3 words.
Oh, unpredictable.
Romantic. Suspenseful.
Yeah. There's so much going on from the start.
Yeah.
It was kind of overwhelming to watch.
Yeah.
Even being a part of it. So I'm excited for viewers to really sort of be hit around the face with that one.
Colin is always hungry.
Yeah, he's hungry.
So, what would y'all's last meal be?
Oh, last meal, as in like death row meal?
Yes.
Oh, God. So
it's really, I know, me too. Last night I had a bougie meal. I had oysters, a glass of champagne, and Dover Sole Meunier.
Wow.
And that was really good. It was epic. It was very fancy.
I feel like, what day is it? It's not Sunday, but I really fancy a roast right now. A proper roast.
Love a roast.
Are you ready to become the heartthrob this season?
God. I don't know, I need some words of advice from my big bros.
Yeah, you got this.
No, I don't know. I think like it feels there's such a level of support from the whole cast from the show. It's kind of like a safe environment. It's just us doing the same job, but just maybe we're in more days than we were previously.
Yeah. And are you glad that Lady Whistledown's identity was revealed? Because that would have been a nightmare trying to keep that a secret, right?
It's been a bloody nightmare. No, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And also, I think it's nice for the audience because then you're in on it, and you get to go along with her. So you know when she's doing something, you're like, "Why are you doing that, Pen?" And there's a few moments this season where you're like, But also every time. It's like
the traitors that the audience know.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
That's a whole spin-off show in itself. Thank you so much. It's been great to meet you both. I can't wait for season 3. I'm already sold. I'm sold.
We've been preparing for this for a good few years.
Yeah.
And now to finally do it, it's up in the romance slightly, up in the sort of sexiness slightly.
It was my favourite one to film. I just loved every minute.
Everyone's favourite.
Yeah. We keep saying that was your favourite.
Everyone's favourite. Yeah. And like ease, and there is like a new version of Penelope.
Yeah,
almost from the start.
Yeah.
But then even that, she grows throughout.
So there's a glow up. There's a glow up for both of them. But what's quite funny is you very quickly realise it's only aesthetic and that they're both just still massive nerds. Like it's all they're trying to be like, I've got this new look. I'm so happy. Like no, you're not. Yeah, and they're deeply uncool. Really. Yeah.
Nice to meet you. My name's Celine.
How are you?
I'm good. By the way, I love your fuzzy shoes.
I know, they're so good. They're Stella McCartney. I'm like, they're very Elmo, and I kept looking at them being like, I love these so much.
I love them.
They're like uncomfortable slippers, but I love it. The dynamic shift, I think, is a big one.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really funny when people talk to us and they've obviously only seen season 2, and we feel like that feels like a million years ago for us. Like it feels like a different show almost. But I think what feels different is like she always had him on this pedestal and he was perfect, and he's well and truly knocked off that pedestal. And also, like she sort of looks up to him as this guy that's going to help her find a husband. She's like, you know, give it up, and then she becomes more confident, and he starts losing confidence. He starts seeing her in a different way. So I think the power shift is an enormous thing.
And just like how it's not as easy as people think it's going to be. I think people think he's going to, you know, come to his senses and see what's right in front of him, and that's all good. But it's like we go every which way before we.
They just can't quite get on a level.
Last time I saw you, we played a game of word association.
Yes.
So I want to ask Colin the same things I asked you. So
Go for it.
The first word that comes to mind when I say the word mirror.
Okay. Exposed.
Carriage.
Intimate.
Eclair. Oh,
Do you get it now?
I think it's from the books.
Okay, Eclair.
I don't know, but
I'm going to say hungry boy.
oh,
Always.
stay with that.
He's got appetite.
Yeah, perfect.
Not only our storyline, like, because that's the thing. We really hit the ground running. It's not a setup episode. It's like you need to know your Bridgerton history diving into season 3.
But it
And
made it
just to
nice
see-
for us because we didn't have to do much exposition. You're just in the story. Like the fans have seen, I think I was saying in there, like I've seen bits of, you know, pictures from episode 2 and have been like, oh, that happens. You're like, oh, you're not ready. Like much happens.
We did a screening of Eps 1 and 2 the other day, and we sat next to each other and we were like, there were scenes in Ep 2 that we shot so long ago, and I totally forgot that we're even in the show.
100%.
I'm like, it was amazing. I can't wait to share it. It's gonna be
I'm really
special.
excited.
So I drown it out like I always do, dancing through our house with the ghost of you, and I'm chasing down with the shot of truth, dancing through our house with the ghost of you. Too young, too dumb, too confused, make love. Too young, too dumb.
The romantic lead for the season.
Crazy. Yeah, I feel like we've been preparing for this for a good few years.
There's such vulnerability in those scenes, and it's also a really important part of the story. Like those scenes in this show are important. They're an important part of the narrative. They're not throwaway. So they're not short scenes. They're important. But like you made me feel really taken care of. Like we really had each other's backs, and also then we could just have a laugh about it. Like the point that we just like lying under a blanket, being like, actually chill now. Like this.
Yeah, halfway through the day you just relax
we were
and you're
we were
like,
having
I don't
the best
even care
time.
if I'm naked.
They were like, do you want to get up? We were like, no, no, I'm
Yeah.
fine. I'm comfy. That feels like a million years ago for us. Like it feels like a different show almost. But I think what feels different is like. Oh my god, they're so excited. Slash furious. They're like, why is it May? Why is it 2 parts? And I'm like, that's Mr. Netflix's question. I know, it's way above my pay grade. I
think
don't know.
they've been very patient.
They've been very patient. But like from
it's
now,
here, it's coming.
It's coming, and from now on they'll be giving lots of little treats along the way. So it's no drought no more.
Yeah.
We're ready to like.
I was surprised at the stuff that's put out today. I was like, that's a real treat.
That's a good one. That's a good one today. Listen, we're going on like a serious world tour. So it's an actual time to like go and meet the fans like properly for the first time.
between the releases
Between
as well.
the releases, and there'll be lots of stuff happening. So don't
and
worry.
also something happens at the end of 4 that is just so. People need time to digest
It's
it.
a big moment. It's a huge cliffhanger. So you're gonna need a minute to. And also, selfishly, we filmed for 8 months. So we're like, you sit down and you wait for that second half.
Exactly.
We worked really hard.
If you had one word to describe the season, what would it be?
I'm going to go, it sounds obvious, but romantic.
I'm going to go unpredictable. Can I have zoom in? Because I feel like it's a bit of a zoom in. Don't look at me like that. It's just it's richer, you know, it's going in.
Okay, you can have your 2 words. Yeah, that's fine. When we last saw Pollen, things were tense. Can we forgive Colin? Oh, yeah. How can we forgive Colin?
No, and the season ends after one episode. She's like, I never forgive you. End titles. I think we had better
we
forgive
have to,
him.
surely.
Yeah.
I think it gives us a really good place to start. Like, if everything was all, good between the two,
Yeah.
it's like there's less growth for the two of them to go.
Yeah, and also she had him on this pedestal, so he had to be knocked off in order
Yeah.
for him to see him as a human being,
Yeah.
which he is. A lovely human being, but a
Start
human
on an
being
even
nonetheless.
playing field, and then we can go from there.
Exactly.
Both Penelope and Colin have transformed in season 3. As actors, how did you approach that transformation, and how do we see both Pen and Colin grow up this season?
I think what was really fun to play the romantic leads of this year was that you've seen these characters for 3 years. So to see them play different versions of Colin and Pen from season 1, they felt like children.
Yeah, it feels
when we
so
look back
different.
at pictures now. Yeah.
It's weird for us, we say all the time that the last thing the fans have really seen is season 2 because it feels like a really different show. And it's interesting because they get these glow-ups aesthetically, but then you realize that there's still these big nerds underneath that, and they try and be all cool. You're like, you're not cool. You're not cool at all.
We all love Colin, but rumour around the ton is that Penelope has some options, as she should. Queen, tell us a bit about that.
Well, yes, she does. No, she's decided she's going to find a husband. She heads back to the town and she's like, I got to get away from the Featheringtons. They're wrecking my buzz. I'm out of here. So she basically is like, I'm going to find a husband. And Colin's like, I'll help you. She's like, fine, I don't love you at all. This will work out great with no problems. So she finds some suitors, some more successful than others, but one is very, very fond of her. And she's like, yeah, this could work.
Yeah.
My biggest threat.
I know. Yeah. I know, I was going to say something. I was like, I can't say that. I was
Don't say too much.
like, spoilers.
Is it? But it was great for us to have so many scenes that we got to do together as well. We loved being on set with each other.
We had so
I say
many.
I did.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Hated
I'm
every
hoping he
minute
did.
of it.
Yeah.
No, we
So
loved it. It was great.
It's nice for us to be together again.
There's it's not like a romantic love triangle, but there's a triangle
for
going
sure.
on here.
Yeah,
that's
there's a lot going on.
Eloise,
Two loves of her life.
ultimate third wheel. Eloise.
Nicola, you were mentioning a suitor for Penelope. We just wanted to give a sneak peek of who that is to the fans.
Oh, why don't we? Yeah. I feel like, should I do magic? Be like, Alakazam, there he is. Is that going to work? Is he going to be there on the screen? Yay!
Go.
Lord Debling, or Debbers as we like to call him. Yeah.
Excellent. Rival lover. Love that.
It's amazing.
And you guys nailed it with the writing of the season. You just got it so right. When Jess sat Luke and I down and told us the story, we were like, no! And what happens next in the next one? So much happens in this season. It's wild.
Okay, this is a question for all of you. How has the Bridgerton series changed your life?
You said something brilliant the other day after the screening that killed me. We watched the first 2 episodes as a group, and you turned to me after it screens. I don't want to cry now, you might make me cry. But you turned to me and said, this is for the wallflowers.
I was a wallflower, and
it's
season 3 is for all us wallflowers.
Luke, what about you?
For me, I feel like it's been a real treat to have some sort of consistency on a job. I feel like as actors, you're constantly moving on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And sometimes they're really short-lived, and sometimes you don't get to play that character's story out as long as you'd really like to. So it's been a real treat to be able to work on these characters and then portray them, and you sort of lead the show this year and get their full romance story come to life. It's been a real...
We're so silly, though, because we look back at pictures of season 1 in which in real life we were full adults.
Yeah.
We were like, oh my God, we were babies. We were so tiny. We were only 5 and 4.
Yeah.
It's so
We were.
dumb, even though we know
That was
we
4
were
years
literally
ago.
there. But
Yeah.
but it feels like
Yeah.
we send each other fan edits. So
Yeah.
am I just making us look really uncool now?
We actually took some pictures this year that were the same as the pictures we took on season 1,
Yeah.
just to see there's a little
Picture in a mirror with a
Yeah.
candlestick, and we recreated it. It was actually
Yeah.
really hard to do.
Yeah.
We needed one of the grips. We were like, can you move the candle and help?
Yeah, how's it work? Yeah, it was great. But then also just it feels, being a part of this production, this team feels really collaborative, and working with Jess this year, we really we had a group chat and we really got to dive in deep on what we wanted to portray here and how we wanted the whole show to
You
play.
were amazing, Jess, and you were so open as well to we would see sometimes things on social media of things that the fans would really want, and you were so open to that, whereas another showrunner might have been like, leave me alone, don't. But you were amazing in that way. And then also with your beautiful books, we knew there was certain things that the fans really wanted, and we would say back to you, like, could this be in? And you were amazing with that, which is a real privilege and not common at all. It was amazing.
We were nervous for the days when there was a moment from the books,
Massively.
right? There were days that we were like, wow.
Well, it's like stuff that we read in season 1. You're like, oh my God, there's a carriage scene, ha ha ha. Then season 2, you're like, oh wow, okay, it's on the, okay, that's happening.
Yeah, no, it's great.
There's one line in particular that you say, I can't say what it is, but I remember being like, I think I wrote that.
You're like, I'm pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
You're like, what beautiful writing. And then,
Wow,
I wrote
that's a good line. I literally went back into my manuscript and did like a search for that line, being like, did I write that?
Did you?
I did. Although I have to say that after Queen Charlotte came out, people would come up to me and say, how dare you? And I would kept having to say, if it's the part that made you cry, that was Shonda.
That's amazing.
Nicola, how has the Bridgerton series changed your life?
I think before Bridgerton, had I gone to Brazil, I could have just hopped around. I think now, hey, I'm Brazil. I think that's probably not the case. I've never felt more like Beyonce. They were like, we have security, we have this, you have a car. I was like, oh my God, I'm so fancy. And then I get back to London, again, I'm trying to buy pants and M&S. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not my life. That's only in Brazil.
Who is most like their character on screen?
Luke Newton.
Probably me.
You're like, I'm just a little cutie.
Yeah. I think he's a nice guy, easy to relate to, so yeah.
So not like you.
I'm
kidding.
Is that a general consensus? Anybody else?
He's just such a nice guy, yeah. Yeah. He is.
Charming. Go on, list a few, everyone, please.
Everyone actually.
Self-effacing.
So this is my final question to all. What do you hope audiences will enjoy and take away from the series? I'll start with the cast. Luke, I'll go with yeah, please.
I feel like everyone's going to have a really great answer, so I'll keep mine really brief at this point. I just think it's really nice to explore another relationship. I think it's one of the most amazing things about the show is that each year we, like Jess said, we focus on a new couple. So each year it's a brand new story and we get to see, we really dive into their relationship and their growth. And I think it just means that each year people will relate to a different story. If you related to characters in season 1, the 2 leads from that, you might relate to people in season 2. And then again, for their storyline, the sort of friends to lovers, I feel like a lot of people will resonate with that. So I'm excited to share that with everyone.
I agree. I think this season is so relatable. I really hope that it can make people feel seen and make everyone know how deserving they are of love. And I think a lot of us, it doesn't matter who you are, we can really be down on ourselves. And I hope this helps you celebrate who you are and love yourself. Is my mic on? Yeah. I said such a beautiful thing.
You did.
No, sorry. Oh, sorry, guys.
So
hello, everybody. Oh, sorry. Oh, I was keeping both of them. No, sorry. Thank you. All right. Sorry about that. So I think, for this season, it was from watching it the other day. I didn't expect it to be as emotional as it was. The scripts were phenomenal. The story is so brilliant. I think we really wanted to do it justice, but I hope this season will make people who feel not seen and make everyone realize how deserving and worthy they are of love.
So I think people can really see themselves in these characters. So I don't know, investigate how they might feel in terms of their relationships, their love, and so yeah. There's a lot to take from it.
Guilty pleasures, clearly Real Housewives, Vanderpump Rules, all of that. Although I'm not guilty about it, I fully embrace it with my whole soul.
Mine's gaming, but for me, I don't find it guilty at all. I'm proud of it. I love that I game. Me and the boys, every single day. That's the one for me.
Hi, I'm Nicola Coughlan.
I'm Luke Newton.
And we're here with British Vogue
to play a game of Most Likely To.
Most likely to make the blooper reel.
I think both of us. I don't know
Yeah,
if I was pointing
but
over
if
there.
you've got anything to do with it, like the pranks on set. it would
Yeah,
be.
I've caused a few bloopers, so actually maybe me.
Most likely to take the longest to get ready.
I'm probably going to say me.
Yeah, no, I think Luke.
Most likely to play a villain.
Your face is too sweet.
Most likely to forget their lines.
We both do.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
It's a lot of words.
Most likely to make someone laugh during a scene.
Me.
Most likely to believe in love at first sight.
To believe in love at first sight. Yeah, probably me.
Most likely to have a nap on set.
Both of us, though.
Trailer naps.
Yeah, we love a nap.
Yeah.
Nicola, in the books, Penelope has to change her appearance to be noticed by every man and especially Colin. And why do you think this sends an important message, the fact that in the series this didn't have to happen?
I think what's written really well in the series is she tries to have this physical transformation, but you realize pretty quickly that it's just aesthetic and it means nothing if you don't change from the inside. And I think also Colin goes on that journey too.
Yeah, totally.
In that he comes back with this like sexy new look, but you realize he's still the same guy. We're still the same people. But yeah, the more important growth for both of them happens gradually throughout the series. And I really loved the way that was written.
Yeah.
And Luke, Colin basically friend-zoned Penelope his entire life, but that special kiss changed it. Why do you think that particular moment changed everything for him?
Yeah, I think it's really difficult. I think he finally sees her. They're kind of as equals at that point. It's been up until this point. He's been so like distracted and like it's even frustrated me at times how he doesn't see what's right in front of him. And finally they're on an even playing field. And she's very driven and passionate, and I think that's something that he's attracted to. She's driven about finding someone. And, you know, we see elements in the lead up to that moment where he's frustrated about her giving so much attention away to other people. So, yeah, I think there's so many factors to it.
Friends to lovers is better than enemies to lovers?
Oh, I don't think I think they each have their own merits.
Yeah.
I think we like... You know, because we've obviously been on the show since the beginning. I think each season has its own special energy, but its own very different energy. But like, you know, I think I had the most fun filming this season.
I just
Like,
can't
I can
imagine
say-
us doing any other trope.
No,
That's the
not
thing.
at all.
And I think
No.
that's what's so good about the show. It's so specific and suited
Totally.
to those characters.
And everyone will relate to a different couple
Yeah.
and a different story. And I think a lot of people will relate to Colin and Penn because they feel like the outsiders.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Okay, hello guys, congratulations. I'm so excited.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a huge fan. Well, first of all, congrats. The season is amazing. You did just a great job. Nicola, congrats on Big Mood as well. Like,
Thank you so much.
so good. How was it like for you guys to be the leads this season? Did you talk with Jonathan and Simone? How was it like? Because we've known you for 3 years now. It's not like we're introduced to these characters.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's not very often in your career that you get to focus on a character in such detail like this, and it was like, I think we loved that we could really dive in and play all those moments, you know, in real time on screen, and audiences get to share it with us. So yeah, I really enjoyed like being on set all the time and knowing what was going on, because like with the world of Bridgerton, you can like you can have 2 weeks off, come back in, and they've done like a whole ball sequence and you haven't been there. Whereas for us, it was like, we know exactly who's in, we know who's in what trailer, we just knew, we were just aware of everything and every storyline, and that was like an experience that I'll cherish for sure.
That's lovely.
The previous leads, like Simone and Phoebe, have been amazing, and I've spoken to both of them, and they're like, if you need us, we're here, and we'll do anything. Like, it's a thing about this show I don't think a lot of people realize, but how insanely supportive people are, and that is not the case on every job at all. But on this job, people like you feel like they have your back, they're rooting for you. It's a very special and rare thing. It's wonderful.
And there was like, as a fan myself, there was such a crazy expectation for the following season, and you lived up to the expectations. Truly, it was amazing.
Thank you so much.
You know, Julia Quinn was here a couple of weeks ago in Argentina, and we spoke to her about the books, and she said that never in her whole career people have been so connected to a character as they are to your character, to Penelope.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Wow. That was so sweet. And when she said that, I thought, nobody to do it better than Nicola, really.
Oh, that means so much to me. I mean, it's really lovely. I think that's what we love about our characters. They're sort of the underdogs, and everyone has felt like an underdog or overlooked or unseen at some point in their lives. So I feel like that's why people connect to her in the books and hopefully in the show also. And it's beautiful seeing the two underdogs have to come center stage together.
And I'm a huge fan of Friends to Lovers, to be honest. And yeah, it's so sweet. And I'm sure you two have a real friendship now.
Yeah.
Working all these years. So how was it for you guys? Do you have an intimacy coach
Yeah.
for the scenes?
Yeah, it was nice to work with the same intimacy coordinator that had been on previous seasons, and obviously we didn't do any intimacy, but it just having that presence on set and knowing who they were and seeing them on Zoom calls and stuff, and we worked with Lizzie, and it was really collaborative. Like, we got to have our input and work out what was going to work the best way, and also what we felt was like appropriate for the characters, you know, having lived in these parts for like 3-4 years now. So yeah, it's a real experience, and
it definitely is. But it was nice we had such agency over it too, because I think people think of it sometimes like it's like a dance routine or a stunt where they tell you place your hand here for 3 seconds and you move it. It's not really like that. It's more just like a safety thing of what you feel comfortable with. And but like, thank God we felt really comfortable with one another. So seeing those scenes back, I'm so proud of them. Like, they've come across really beautifully, and they're sexy and funny, and everything we could have hoped for, really.
They were so sexy, so funny. You had such an amazing chemistry. By the end of the last episode, I was screaming. It was amazing.
Just like the rest.
Yes. I have just 1 minute left. Can you give me a no context spoiler? No context.
Okay. Spoiler for the one time. No pressure.
Only because blue silk.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay. No, I get it. Okay, I get it. Thank you, guys. I'm a huge fan of both of you. It was a pleasure speaking with you today. Have a great day.
And I want to know if there's any tricks or rituals that you do to get into a character, or is it second nature by now?
It does feel a little second nature at times.
Yeah, it does.
Particularly now, if I read anything else and it's like slightly like this time period, I'm like fall straight back into Colin. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, on season 3 we asked if we could sit next to each other in the makeup trailer so that we could like prep every morning.
Yeah, run lines together.
It's nice to see each other and get on the same sort of path before you step on set.
100%.
It can be a little. Otherwise, you're on like different, energies.
Yeah. I think that was like weird. Like, I think it was like subconscious, sort of like just like sitting in the morning, like with our scripts there. We'd run it a couple of times. We'd chat. We'd send stupid videos. We'd play music. Like just silly. They kind of developed naturally, not like so much that we decided them. But I guess
our trailers were next door.
Yeah.
You could hear if anyone was dancing around the trailer.
We were good trailer mates, I feel like. Yeah.
Are there any surprises of discovery that you met along the way that you weren't expecting in your characters?
I didn't think it would be like such a deep experience.
Yeah.
Like, it feel like it really changed me. And I did not think that going into it. I was like, I'm just going to like do the best job I can. But I think I've never committed as hard to something as I did to this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know about you, but I feel like maybe it was the same.
Yeah, totally.
And like, then I think the result of that, seeing it on screen now, I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of it in a way, like a different way to anything I've ever done.
Yeah, it was like life consuming for a
beyond.
good. Yeah, and now, like you said, watching it back, it feels worthwhile because you're like, yeah, we did that.
We did that,
great. And it looks beautiful, and it's great. I'm so excited. Everyone to see.
Okay, Nicola, there's an interview with you that I love that you mentioned that for you, the best on-screen kiss is that one from New Girl?
Girl, I could talk about it all day. Nick Miller for life,
Do you think you guys stopped that and took the title in this season?
Do you know what? It's a different type of kiss. I wanted the first kiss to be a New Girl kiss, but it wouldn't have made any sense because it has to be a very tender, gentle first kiss. But I am biased, but I think it's a very beautiful first
You were
kiss.
sending me that as a reference point from early days, weren't we? We
It's
were
just like a sexy kiss.
Yeah.
What can I say?
It's amazing. It's great.
I mean,
it really is.
The way he pulls her in,
Yeah.
it gets me every time.
I've seen this season, some of it. I will say that about you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like we get there more in it 4. Ep 2 is a little more chaste, but then we
don't worry, we work our way up.
Yeah. There has been a lot of discussion about this season being the season for the wallflowers, for those who don't fit in. How do you think that message comes across in the season?
Ooh.
I feel like both Penna and Colin are both wallflowers in their own ways. I think they both feel a little bit on the outside, a little bit like underdogs.
Yeah.
And it's lovely because I think when you see those two people find one another, it's a really beautiful thing. And I think a lot of people have felt that way, felt like not comfortable in their own skin or not valued or just like a little bit outside of things. But it's also when they kind of not get to the bottom, when they finally accept who they are and start being themselves, that's when the real magic starts to actually happen between them, and it's gorgeous.
So there's been a lot of discussion online, I don't know if you've seen it, about explicit scenes and if they're necessary and essential. And you're coming from a really romantic and steamy show. What is your stance on that?
I think Bridgerton is kind of in a category of its own, and it feel like it's kind of redefined the term Regency drama, and I feel like it is important in our show. It kind of, because there's a element of like scandal towards those kind of scenes. It really ups the stakes, and I think if without it, the drama and like the risk and reward wouldn't be as like fiery as it would if we had those scenes. If we just started at people walking in and walking out,
and this it is an important part of the show. I think it's a totally valid discussion, because sometimes you watch a sex scene, you're like, was that just in there for? Did it progress the narrative at all? Like,
That's always the question.
Did I learn
isn't
anything
it?
about the character? Like, no, I didn't. But in this show, it's centered around female pleasure and empowerment, and like sex is like a beautiful connection between two people. So it's an imperative part of the show. The show wouldn't be a true adaptation of a romance novel if it didn't have that. And the scenes are thought out really beautifully with love, care and attention, and I hope that people see that in them when they watch it.
I feel like we learn so much about them as individuals within those intimacy scenes that you couldn't if you weren't in such an intimate situation. Like, people aren't going to be that sort of, for want of a better word, stripped back and like honest, because they're not as vulnerable. So it puts them in a place of such vulnerability that they just have to be themselves.
Derry Girls meant the world for me, got me through a break. And I wanted to know who would win in a fight, Penelope or Claire?
Oh, that's a really hard one. I feel like
that is a really hard one.
really hard. I feel like Claire could just turn into a little like blah 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 and punch. I feel like Penelope would be like, what? Like, Penelope's a lady. Yeah. Let's not forget. I don't think she's got that scrappiness in her that Claire would have. So
but it depends if it's Pen when she's going down to the to get the papers done.
Oh,
she's got the hood up.
The Dublin like the girl. Yeah, how's the going, Claire?
Hi, Nick. Hi, Luke. It's wonderful seeing you again, guys. How is everything? How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing super good. We want to know absolutely everything about what is coming up, how challenging it was, how exciting, how did you feel that first time that you were on set for season 3? I want to know everything, guys.
Coming onto set for the first time was like quite nerve-wracking, and it actually felt like I was finding my way through the first couple of eps, and you're kind of like, is this how you do it? Is this like what we're doing here? And it all kind of aligned, and then I remember we hit a sweet spot where we were like, this is great, like we could keep doing this.
It was it was funny because it's very nerve-wracking at the beginning, or the first scene we shot together, because you know that the dynamic is going to be super different to how it's been in the first 2 seasons. But then, that first scene, it was like you're trying to do it all in one, and it was just so much. By the end of the season, like we both said, it felt really effortless, which was an amazing place to get to. It was very cool.
Can you define this season in just one word?
Romantic.
What about you, Luke?
I'm gonna say roller coaster. Get over what goes on, and I lived it.
I know.
And the most romantic or emotional scene in this season?
There's a scene in the end of episode 1 that just is like the spark to a flame, and it makes me go like, every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, that's really exciting, because you feel it's the beginning of the whole new chapter for them, and it really is.
Yeah. I agree.
Moment on being on set, like something funny, spicy, maybe?
Definitely, I think breaking a piece of furniture during a sexy scene, I will never forget that moment.
No, yeah.
It's like it because it was just so.
You've already got no clothes on.
Yeah.
And yet you're breaking furniture. Like it's.
And we also were like, because when you film those scenes, there's very few people in the room. There was a big camera overhead, and we like thought we were killing it.
Yeah.
We were like,
this is the best take.
This is incredible. I can feel it. And the next thing it just goes dunk under us. We're like, oh, okay.
I was filming the first kiss scene. How did you guys do the kissing scene? Because the fans obviously are like wondering and like obviously like super excited about this.
I was terrified.
Yeah.
Because I've known you for so long.
Yeah.
I found it really intimidating.
I know we've talked previously about the scenes from the books and how there's like an added level of like tension or like pressure on set, but that was like next level because it was like it's the first time we're going to see these two in this capacity. Like we've never seen them like this before, so we knew that that was a shift and that things would never really be the same for Colin and Penn after that moment. So it was kind of like a ceremony of like saying goodbye to the old version.
Yeah, I like that.
What's next is like what is going to happen.
Are you guys aware that people ship you two? I mean, how do you handle that since you're like kind of like best friends? I've been there on set with you, I remember. That was incredible.
It was that's amazing. I think we just take it as a, of course.
Yeah.
We just take it as a compliment. I mean, it's lovely because for the first two seasons, everyone's like, "But there's no chemistry." I'm like, "No, they're not meant to have romantic chemistry."
Yeah.
But now this season, I feel like we've turned that around, and I think that's very sweet.
It is. Yeah.
What song would you give to define this love story between Penn and Colin?
Mirrors, Justin Timberlake. Also, because if you listen to the lyrics, it really is.
Yeah. Okay, I love True Colors by Cyndi Lauper. That's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
What was the best thing about working with each other?
Oh.
Just being able to be on set every single day and work with and collaborate like with a friend. Like you never get that opportunity to like really do that with someone that you've built like a friendship with over years.
Yeah, it's really special, and like how like Luke is so like easy to work with. Like he has no ego. He's such a nice, good dude that you Not yet. I know it's coming. No, it's not. Yeah, it was just really lovely because you see each other really early in the morning, really late at night, in various states of undress, at dance rehearsals when you're exhausted. Like it's a lot to go through with someone. So to have someone that you can do it with for that long, we were very lucky.
I can't wait the people the world to watch. I mean, this new season, I want to be there back with you again.
I know.
For the next season.
Yeah, you gotta
please do. Please do.
I want to be there. Thank you so much, and I'm sure the fans are gonna love it.
Oh, I hope so.
You killed it.
Thanks so much. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi. So nice to meet you again, Nicola. We talked about like 2 years ago. So it's so nice to talk with you again.
You too.
Wow, look at your background. It's amazing.
Yes, we want to be royalty just like you.
Yes. Yes. we have all of it. The merch, the t-shirt, the books, everything.
We're big fans of yours.
You came ready.
Okay, so Nicola, we talked like 2 years ago in our interview, and we were talking about the love story between Penelope and Colin. And you told us that you hope to see a character development with self-worth before being in love with Colin. Do you think that this will happen in this season and that we will see this as a fans?
Yeah, that's so funny. Luke was saying that's so cool. It is so cool. Yeah, but thankfully we definitely do. I think it's a really important theme of this season, both with Penn and Colin, of realizing they need to find their own value, their own self-love before they can become the people they need to be and the people they need to be for one another. So definitely, it's a real journey for her.
I'm so excited to talk to you, Luke, because I have to ask you the attention you're getting now to your star in this season. Are you ready? Are you comfortable for the attention?
Oh, I don't know. After where it's it's kind of the whole thing is slightly overwhelming, but it's been nice to sort of get some wise words of advice from those who've come before us, and I guess we'll see what happens when the show drops in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, because on the first season you were like the Daphne's sister. Then on the other season, you were like the Lord Bridgerton's brother. Now you are the main character of this season. What is like that development, like an actor for you? What's the challenge?
Yeah, I think I loved that we got to focus that it felt really like concentrated on our storyline, and we got to show so many different sides of their friendship, their relationship, but also them as individuals. Like we got to just on a basic level of as actors got to come in every single day and really like challenge ourselves and test ourselves. I just loved the whole experience, and I want to go back and do it all over again.
We are so excited for this season. I'm a big fan of Pauline. I'm so excited for this season.
She's an enthusiast.
Yes, so much. And I have to ask both of you about you've seen the fan art and the edits the fans are made about you. What do you think?
Oh, we love it. But also there's some like really saucy ones that do make us giggle, I have to say. And we send those to one another.
Yeah.
There was one with Colin with a very short haircut. I was like, I don't know who that dude is.
Yeah, he actually looked like a guy on set, like one of the sound guys. We were like, it's
Penn and that guy.
Yeah.
No, it's amazing. It's so beautiful, and all the edits and everything. Like we can see and feel how much it means to people. It's a privilege.
Yeah. And some of them are weirdly accurate. Like they'll get moments that we're like, we definitely shot something similar to that, and they've painted a beautiful picture that looks just like it. Yeah.
We are very excited. The fans and the internet are chatting for you. Yes, everything.
Yes. Look, there's like an important topic in here when we are podcast hosts here in Santiago de Chile, and our podcast talks about gossip, such as Lady Whistledown.
Yes.
When we talked with you, Nicola, 2 years ago, you told us that you like to gossip and that you read the newspapers and the websites with gossip. Look, do you gossip or not like your character like Colin?
I don't think so. I think we enjoy sending a few things between each other.
Yeah.
Like it's more like the funny videos, like the TikToks I find hilarious, like reading into a lot of the stuff that we do or post and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I feel quite separate from it. I think because like the job can be very sort of like busy and overwhelming at times, that it's kind of nice to take a step back at times and have some privacy for a minute.
Yeah, of course. And Nicola, friendship is like a big topic in this season because with your BFF in the character in the series and in the real life, like Eloise and Claudia at the same time.
Yes,
you're like a bit distant. What advice can you give to the people that their friendship is broken? Can a friendship be fixed?
Yeah, friendship breakups are devastating, and people don't put them on par to romantic breakups, but they can be just as earth-shattering and terrible. And I think that's definitely what they experienced at the end of season 2. I think Penelope comes back really ready to say sorry for what she's done and move forward, and Eloise is not there yet. So I suppose if you really feel like it's something worth fixing, it's worth doing, but also you got to give people time and space, to let them feel the hurt and hopefully move forward.
And obviously we have no spoilers for this season because everything is a surprise. But in the last season, Eloise and Penelope are finished for a bit. How is with Claudia? Like in the series, like be apart.
How do you keep that distance?
Oh, it was sad, honestly, because she's so wonderful. Luke will attest to this, to share the screen with. She's a brilliant actor. She's super generous. She's such a talent. But like, I was sad to have fewer scenes with her, but I was like, they're on the out, so it wouldn't make sense. But
that's not to say that actually, despite they're
friends at the moment.
Mhm.
You still have a lot of like interaction, like
Yeah.
you're like forced to be
Yeah.
with each other at a lot of occasions, which is cool.
Yes, exactly. Well, Colin, Nicola, can you invite our audience, Las Amigas, to enjoy this season of Bridgerton, please?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Las Amigas.
Please enjoy season 3. We cannot wait to hear what you think of it.
Great. What can we expect from this season?
Yes.
So much. It's so romantic. It's really suspenseful. You said it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah, so much going on. It's fun to see the different dynamic in the two when they both come back to society.
Yeah.
And they're both in totally different places, and they need to obviously hash out the drama from last season and get past that before they can move on and see where things go from there.
Mm-hmm.
So Colin and Luke and Nicola, thank you very much for this interview.
We're so excited.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
Oh,
thank you.
It was so lovely to meet you.
Thank you guys so much.
Me too.
See you.
Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
Luke and Nicola, how are you guys?
Oh, good. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, and I'm so happy to see you. You have no idea what a fan I am, and the problems in my marriage that had been caused by Bridgerton.
Oh no, tell us.
Oh yes,
tell us.
yes. It all started actually on season 2. Literally, I hit pause, and I was like, sweetie, I can't go on like this. Like, this marriage cannot happen. And he's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, sweetie, we've been married already for 15 years. We're never gonna feel that anymore. I mean, is this the end of us?
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Also, it's Bridgerton's very heightened.
Yeah.
Also, we're all wearing wigs, and you know what I mean. Yeah,
That is brilliant.
Don't worry.
Okay, so between season 2 and early season 3, I mean, I've had a chance to see the first 4 episodes. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. There's so many ways that we can have this conversation. But the thing I'm going to say, growing up, Nicola, if there's something that I can connect with you is, I also always felt unseen.
Right, okay.
And when I went through my whole process of trying to understand how to truly love myself, and I think that's the reality right now for so many women out there that can connect with what Penelope is going to go through.
For sure. It's, you know what, it's a real privilege to play her. Because so many people feel like that, not just women. I mean, it's really hard. Like, the world is a tough place, and I think with social media and, you know, there's like online dating where people purely get judged on their appearance, and in some ways it doesn't even matter what she looks like, and we see that when she has this sort of transformation, but then realizes she's not transformed on the inside at all. And it's what I love about her actual transformation on the show is a gradual transformation of loving herself and becoming comfortable in her skin.
Okay, let's get a little bit more personal. Has it been the same for you in your life?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm a woman, like, you know, it's very hard. And I'm a woman in the public eye, which is another level of hard. So it's super difficult. But, you know, there's some days you feel amazing, some days you don't. And it is what it is. And you just got to roll with it.
Absolutely. I'm going with you, Luke, in a second. Just let me get through Nicola.
I'm happy. I'm enjoying it.
Okay, I would love, because, you know, what I talk about a lot on my show and with the audience is, you know, growing up and trusting the process and trusting where and how your life is going. And from 2017 to 2024, I need you to give us the summary of what happened in your life, what you were doing then, what you were thinking then, because there's so many people out there thinking, you know, I'm never gonna be anybody, I'm never gonna make it, and this is never gonna work out for me, and I have no idea where I'm going. And I think you have such a great personal story.
Yeah, so 2017, I was working part-time in an optician's back home in Galway, where I'm from. I was living with my parents, and I got an open audition for a play in London. I got the play. A year later, it got put on. I signed with my agent. Then I got a show called Derry Girls. And then after Derry Girls, I got Bridgerton. So it sounds very quick when I say it like that, but it wasn't in reality. Yeah. But yeah, so my life has changed a hell of a lot since then, but I still feel the exact same. That's the thing. I'm sure it's the same for you.
Yeah.
And also, I've known you like throughout this whole thing.
Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
you don't change who you are. It's just the circumstances around you.
Yeah, totally
change.
You were both thinking, and that I want to hear how this process has been for you as well.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Bridgerton has been amazing for everybody. career-wise. And I imagine you thinking, you know, is this gonna work? Is this acting thing going to work out for me? Where is my career going? And then suddenly you find yourself here.
Yeah, I was working on a bar and
I can't believe the optician store and the bar.
Yeah, I was literally living on my friend's sofa bed in his living room because I just got kicked out of where I was living. And then I got the call, and obviously at the time I didn't know what to expect, but yeah, now when you put it like that and I break down like those moments, I feel like I did have a moment when I was auditioning of just being like, I've just got to keep doing this and something will drop. And I say that to a lot of my actor friends. It's just like, if it's what you truly want to do, keep doing it, and as long as it takes. And I think I had that mentality of like, if this takes a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, I'll just keep auditioning, I'll keep working on the bar, I'll keep staying on my friend's sofa bed, and eventually something will drop because the chances are in my favor if I keep auditioning every single week.
But also you need what you have, which is a positive attitude.
Yeah.
And a lot of actors don't have it, and that is the death of careers, of just being defeatist. And because you're going to get so many rejections.
Yeah.
I still get rejected all the time. I don't know if you do, but
all the
it's
time.
really common. So you got to just make your peace with it. Yeah.
Okay, so in real life, guys, you are friends. So let's talk about the kiss. And I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I mean, that scene, I was like jumping out of my seat. Like I had to pause the television to get a hold of myself. And I'm like, is this happening? Is this not happening? I've been so invested in your relationship. So being friends, how do you have this conversation about, okay, we're gonna have to kiss each other. How are we gonna come about this?
It's super scary. I found like weirdly the kiss one of the scariest, considering all the stuff we did after that. It's wild, but I think because in that moment you had to feel the chemistry between them and the switch of the dynamic between Penn in that moment gives up, and then Colin in that moment sees her for the first time as a woman. So there was so much riding on that moment. But then we watched it back, we were like, it's beautiful. And because you don't know if you're an ugly kiss. You're like, what if I watch it and I'm like, ugh. But I was like, oh, it's a really pretty kiss. Yeah. It's really nice.
It was the first thing we ever got to see of the whole show.
Yeah, it was.
It was?
Yeah.
I mean, but did you practice kissing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had
did.
our intimacy coordinator like got us together. I think it was the day of, wasn't it?
It was right before. It was in my trailer.
Yeah.
So we had a little, like teenagers, they had a practice kiss before they.
What is it called? The intimacy coordinator?
Yeah.
And what does that person do? Like, what does that person do? Like,
I mean, many things. Many things. It's sort of a little bit like a stunt coordinator, but a lot of it is about like, what do you feel comfortable with? What do you want to show? What do you want to... They have like beats in a scene that they want to hit.
known Lizzie, who's
I think
worked
from season 1 up to now, she's so easy to work with. That makes it very unintimidating. But like, we wanted to make the scenes like feel intimate and sexy and funny and real, and they gave us a lot of leeway to do what we wanted to do, which I think really has paid off in the final edit.
Okay, and so let's go back to the practice. So it was like, do I, do you, or how is it?
I think it was like that we talked about pacing, really, like the timing of it, and like how many seconds. Or
it did feel like school. It felt like when you arranged to kiss a boy behind the shed. I'm gonna meet you in your trailer. We'll have the kids.
But it's good having the intimacy coordinator because they take the pressure off of the director needing to like facilitate all of the things that we've requested from a scene or whatever. So they'll be there and they'll say, this is the plan, this is what we're going to do, and then the director can focus on shots and the whole day ahead, and we can like feel safe and secure and
Oh my God! Now you are from a Catholic, Irish, very conservative family. So how did that work?
Not that conservative, I think. Just there's a lot of Irish Catholics.
Okay, so tell everybody about the racy scenes, because we've seen so many racy scenes on season. We've seen nipples, we've seen butts, we've seen bed scenes. How did you come about that? Because we haven't gotten there, or what I've seen, but there's something very interesting in your contract, I understand.
I just found out that it's not in my contract. I was so confidently saying it was, and they were like, girl, no it isn't. I was like, what? I found that out like yesterday. They're like, it is not in your contract, girl. So I'm just gonna have to learn how to fast forward really effectively. I've seen a lot now, and I do not want to watch that with my family. Like, I just don't. I
feel like it gets very intimate.
It's too intimate. It's not even like, it's not like a quick, like it's a long thing. I
Yeah.
just can't be doing it.
I think I'm the same.
Guys, the carriage scene, I was like dying.
That seems tame in comparison.
Yeah, I think I could let them. I could let my family watch that. I think I'm all right with that.
Are you?
Yeah.
What are you saying? There's more to come after that?
Yeah, there's a lot more to come after that.
Oh, you're giving me life. You're giving me something to live for tomorrow. Something very interesting with Colin, Luke, is I think it happened also with Anthony and Jonathan, is how the whole team decides to show the character in a more mature manner. And so tell us the growth process of Colin, because he went abroad, he came back, this very swampy, sexy Casanova.
I feel like he went away and he had the experience that he wanted when he went traveling previously. Like he finally got that sort of like the lad's holiday that he always dreamed of. And I feel like it's that thing when, you know, young lads go away for the summer from school and then they come back and they're 6'4" with a beard and their voices drop.
Well, you look fantastic.
It really felt like he was just come back as this completely new version of him. So it was fun to work with all the different departments. And I actually remember the premiere for season 2. We were at the drinks afterwards, and Erica, who's our hair and makeup designer, she came up to me and said, right, what do we want to do? Are you going to grow your hair from now? Are you going to grow sideburns in? I'll meet you in a couple. Yeah, I'd had like some ideas of what I wanted, and then we talked about we played so many different versions before we even got onto set. So then by the time we got there, we felt like, yeah, we're really happy with the decision of like his new look and his new swagger.
Well, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
Now, Nicola, how was a transformation for season 3 for you, for Penelope?
Do you know what? It was a really like emotional experience, which I know might sound silly or funny to people, but I think in season 1, the late great Mark Pilcher, who designed our hair and makeup for that season, he said, I remember him saying to me, oh yeah, the brief we had for you is dowdy. And I was like, oh, okay. So I knew I needed to look like a little like ruddy cheeked and the really curly hair and the crazy yellow dresses. But she was like a little girl. So I was like, yeah, let's go with that. And then by the time it came to season 3, she needed to feel like a woman and I needed to feel like a woman in those clothes because, you know, you can't imagine season 1 Pen doing those scenes or, you certainly wouldn't want to. So it, like trying on those dresses for the first time and, you know, them having such like a beautiful feminine cut and just the soft fabrics and the layering of everything and then the wigs being so like beautiful and soft and like romantic. It just like it makes you feel completely different.
We text each other when we were getting ready, like when we'd have our fittings.
Yeah.
We'd send each other like a little picture, like preview pic, and it was kind of like helping us figure out what was happening story-wise, because this is before we had scripts.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
we'd
yeah.
be like, I'd see you in a new colour dress and I'd be like, okay, so she's going and you wear that. And then I'd have like my pirate jacket and you'd be like, oh, he's coming back from, like, we were figuring it out as we went. It was really fun.
That's amazing. But let me tell you something. I am extremely worried about you, Nicola, Eloise, Lady Whistledown, and if this could probably ruin your future marriage.
Well,
it could. That's the thing. She's like, you know, girl, she gets herself in such a hot mess and she can't help. I feel for her because you have to try and put it in your own terms, like, you know, just like, I guess, empathy 101. You're like, if it were me, what would it be? And it was like, if someone was like, you get to marry the love of your life, but you can never act again, I would lose my mind. I go, no, like it, you know, you should be able to have both things. But at that time, women really couldn't. Of course. And also the only way she felt she could do it in the beginning was to do it secretly.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's in such a bind, but then there's times where she gets really headstrong with it.
And we'll see that. Well, I'm very happy, guys, to see the rest of it because I'm also, you know, connecting with the fact that so many women out there also have such a hard time with their families. And I mean, your mother doesn't see you. And I'm like, oh my God, she's crying and you don't even get a hug.
But I think actually for the second half of the season, I really love the relationship that Penelope and Lady Featherington have together, because I've always felt since season 1 that they're far more similar than they are dissimilar, and they can't see that themselves. But they're so like all that grit and determination Penelope has comes from her mom.
Yeah.
And she has to start realizing that. Yeah.
And we start to see why Lady Featherington has been the way she is. Like, she's sort of
opens up slightly.
Yeah, and you get to see a softer side of Lady Featherington with the Bridgertons, which is so funny.
Really nice.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Well, let me tell you from the bottom of my heart, truly, truly, not because you're here, I adore Bridgerton. It's been life-changing, at least for my marriage.
Oh.
In a good way, in a good way.
Good,
Yeah,
great,
good.
yeah. Gotta get yourself in a carriage, girl.
I'm Bella from Cinnamon Brazil. It's really nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
And I have to say, as a fan of the books and the show, thank you so much. I watched the first episodes and you guys are perfect in it.
Oh,
wow.
that's so nice. Thank you.
And we're finally seeing Fan and Colleen story, love story happening. How does it feel for you guys to see, ever since day one of Bridgerton, a lot of TikToks and YouTube videos of you two together? There's always like an interaction of polling, people make videos. How do you feel about that?
It's so overwhelming.
It's so
isn't it?
overwhelming, but we often send them to one another.
Yeah.
We're like so silly. Like I think we find them quite sweet. Like we'll see edits. We're like, you know, when they were young once and now they're this. I'm like, Luke, look, it's so cute.
Yeah.
It's so.
And also that sometimes they're weirdly accurate at like predicting
Yeah.
the future of the show, and
Yeah.
like it's just nice to, you know, from day one have seen these edits and then now know what the show actually looks like and like have lived that experience and like it's been wild, hasn't it?
And it's hard
just-
to keep the secrets as well.
Yeah.
Because we have to, because it's our jobs too. But you know, the fans are like, please tell something. You're like, oh God, I can't wait. But I'm so excited now that
Yeah.
like it's like a month away now, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, madness.
And they're gonna be very pleased. And you know, fans ship Fan and Colleen, but sometimes they also ship Nicola and Luke. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I guess it just means we did a good job on screen.
Yeah.
So we'll just pat ourselves on the back.
Yeah.
And you guys have sex scenes together. So is it easier when you're friends with your co-star?
I think so.
Yeah, it kind of there's like that feeling of you kind of feel safer, I guess.
Yeah,
and feel
there's a
like-
trust there.
Yeah. And we just giggled like through
That's it. It's like you can make it as serious or as unserious as you want. And we
Yeah.
were serious in the right moments and
Yeah.
unserious
Mhm.
in the right ones also. But yeah, they ended up being, I really loved filming them, which I really did not think I would
Yeah.
ever say, because we had a lot of agency too with what we wanted to do. And
Mhm.
I think that's really important because it's so intimidating.
Yeah.
But we felt like we had control, and it wasn't like some people imagine it like a dance routine. You're like, you put your hand here
Mhm.
then and you do this. But
Yeah.
we knew points we had to hit, but we
Yeah.
could do it at our own pace and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, which was great.
Oh, that's amazing. And with no spoilers, of course, but is there a particular scene or episode that you guys are more excited for fans to see?
There's a lot.
Oh, yeah, there's so much.
There's a moment in each episode I'm really excited for fans
yeah.
to see.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
I really loved watching 5 and 6, I
Yeah.
have to say.
Yeah, me too.
They're just, yeah, I can't say too much, but I just really loved those.
Yeah. There's a real strong pace to it.
Yeah.
There's so much going on.
Yeah.
We're at totally different places.
Uh-huh.
It's so interesting. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I would not be angry if you found me to be a lost cause.
You must not say such things. You are Penelope Featherington. Do not forget that.
She's not seeking a husband in you, I hope.
No, I'm only helping her find one.
Since when are you worried about Penelope?
And you guys, the love story between you is beautiful between your characters, but the other storylines are also really cool. Which one is your favorite one that you're more excited for people to see?
Ooh. I think I really like the Mondridge's story, how they sort of come into wealth and they're trying to navigate their way through. I think it's really cool because as a viewer, we all see that and go, like, that's what would happen to any of us if we just got thrown into this like world of Bridgerton. You'd be like, what are the rules? And I love the double storyline of Benedict sort of like teaching them that there are no rules. If you're married, like you can do what you want, which kind of sets everyone else up for their futures of, you know, we can all break rules in the future, I guess. Yeah.
I really always love Benedict's storylines because I just think he gets up to so much stuff sort of outside the ton and he does things he shouldn't be doing.
Mhm.
So it's just, and I just think Luke is brilliant.
Yeah.
So I always just love watching him.
Yeah. Him running away from Debs is killing me.
And Nicola has come to Brazil already, but
Yes.
when are you both of you coming together to Brazil? Can we expect that?
I'm waiting for the invite.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
We would be there in a hot second if you'd have us. Yeah, for sure. You got to ask Netflix.
Well,
we'll be on the plane. Don't you worry.
You never know. There hopefully will be a trip in the near future. We have no idea what the plans are at the moment, but we're excited. I'm really excited because obviously I've never been, and Nick's told me a lot about how like welcome she felt, and
it was incredible. Like honestly, the Brazilian fans are another level of amazing. They really are.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, Bridgerton has a very big Brazilian fan base. I'm pretty sure you guys noticed on your social media.
Oh, yeah. Start to understand certain Portuguese words just like by seeing them all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Meu casal is my couple. I might be saying that horrifically. Is that right?
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Is it meu casal? My couple?
Meu casal.
Meu casal. There we go. Yeah, I can say
done.
pouch queijo. That's all I can say.
You learned a lot coming here.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory here in Brazil?
I think meeting the fans, because I hadn't really gotten to do it properly, because in season 1 we didn't have a premiere. Season 2 I was ill for the premiere, so I didn't get to meet people. So actually just getting to meet the fans and like be at Tudum, it was so overwhelming to see the love for the show like that. I was like, this is wild, because we film it in a warehouse in West London, and we were like, this is crazy that the show has this impact.
Oh, that's amazing. Can you guys send a message to your Brazilian fans?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone in Brazil. Thank you so much for your support. I cannot wait to visit. I'm sure we'll both be there.
We'll try, and we want to get to you. Have the pouch queijo ready.
Yeah.
And the caipirinhas, please. Amo vocês.
The episodes.
Thank you.
I think I can say we've been catching details from the books since season 1, but now we get the actual thing, like we get the reference, the scenes, and all the Easter eggs, and fans have been very passionate about this. So how was to actually shoot scenes that are very similar from the books?
Yeah, it was amazing. It felt kind of like special to us to be able to. Like Jess just did such a great job, our showrunner, in implementing stuff from the books into the show and doing it so seamlessly. But yeah, it felt cool for us on set to kind of honour those moments and know that fans will really they're gonna love those moments from the books. It's gonna be
because we know how important it is to them, and we wanted to it definitely felt like an extra pressure and an extra level of something different those days, but seeing them back is really, really exciting.
Kept us on our toes.
And now talking a little bit about your characters, I would like to know your favorite characteristics from each other's characters. So Nicola, you say your favorite thing about Colin, and Luke, you say your favorite thing about Penelope.
Okay. I think I love, particularly in the first block, is Penelope's ability to it's kind of her sense of humour, but it's more specific than that. It's like how she's willing to just forget about the rules of society and how they're supposed to act, and is willing to just be free and be herself and just enjoy a moment for whatever it is, and they can just laugh together. I think. Yeah.
I think I always have loved about Colin since the first season, that he's just such a good person and he's sweet, and it's something that in this season I think he's trying on to be this other guy, but then deep down he's just this good, sweet, funny guy. I've always said he's the best of the Bridgerton men. It's true.
I love how I'm it's me.
Yeah, you are.
Colin and Penelope's friendship is the foundation of the romance, and I think that's something that is really nice. And we've been seeing them being friends since the beginning. And in the book we have their first meeting, but in the show we don't. Yeah. So what would you say was Penelope's and Colin's first impression of each other?
We really wanted to see young us.
A flashback scene.
Flashback, but there's so much that happens in this season. There's no room for anything.
Also, if it was us as well, that'd be kind of fun.
Can you imagine?
Just CGI and us to be 14.
Amazing. I really like the thought that Penelope was quite cavalier, quite confident about it.
Yeah.
And teased him.
Yeah.
And then I think something in season 1 that we had to work on was they've known each other for years, but this formality is quite sudden to them.
And we had to establish that in the show anyway.
Yeah, and they're oh yeah, he's coming here, I have to bow to him, and I have to do all these things. But
it's nice to explore that they've got a real history between the two, and also they've been growing up within that. So they're like different versions of themselves for many years, but always stayed like that. Like it's actually really beautiful.
And just to wrap it up, like I said, I love the episode, and I can think fans in Brazil are very excited to watch. I think I can tell you that Brazilian fans are very passionate about Bridgerton. So Nicola, how was to feel this love? And you have to tell Luke to come to Brazil.
I'm ready. I'm packed and ready. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, I hope that there's an opportunity soon for us to go together as well. And
we would love that.
Meet everyone.
Yeah, because I was like texting him the whole time I was there and being like, "You're not going to believe this. It's crazy." And
I watched you come out on the stage and I was like, "Wow,
I know
that is mad."
you were very much missed, but it's just all the more reason for us to come back. Hopefully. Oh my goodness! There we are.
Whoa.
You can stop. That's very cool. Wow.
Inspire on you because we love the show. It's so classy, so charming. And we are in Peru and everyone here loves it. So first of all, congratulations for a third season. And how do you feel that everyone is crazy about it?
Oh, God. Excited, honored, terrified. Can't wait to share it. Can't believe it's now coming so soon.
Yeah.
It's a million emotions at once.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I'm really been overwhelmed by the response already. You know, we've seen a lot online just by the teasers that have been put out, but really excited for fans to see the first episode, even just the first one. I'll be like,
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Nicolas, a little sneak peek. What is happening in the third season? Just give us a hint at what we will see soon.
Sure. So I think it's funny. The audience have known Colin and Penn since season 1, but you are going to find two very changed characters. They have grown up a lot. They both get whole new looks. They're both trying to become new people that maybe they aren't necessarily those people. And Penn is going to find a husband, and, you know, Colin has a lot to make up to for her, so he's going to help her on that mission, so he says.
So will be very intense and romantic, of course.
Oh, hell yeah.
Of course, yeah.
If a husband is what you seek, let me help you. Are we not friends?
Something that the people love about the show, the characters, the emotions, but especially the setup. So how was the everyday work when you need to dress up in these beautiful sets? That part of being an actor, how do you feel?
Yeah, I love that part. My fittings are sort of a really important part of me discovering what my character's going to be doing that season. It really sort of paints a picture when you get into those fittings. So having that first day on set and putting on my sort of darker tones and my worn like brown jacket and no necktie and the new hair, it kind of does half the job for you. It really puts you in the world of Bridgerton and puts you in that new space for a new version of these characters.
And for you, Nicole, I suppose with these beautiful dresses and the wigs and all that,
it was amazing. Yeah, it like Luke says, it does so much of the work for you because you feel like a different person instantly. You hold yourself differently, you walk differently. Like, also, yeah, if you got a wig on, you're not touching your hair, you know, all of this stuff. We get to work with such talented people that make us these costumes, these wigs, these sets, everything. It's a privilege.
But of course, it's a very tedious work. It's hours and hours of shooting. So at the end of the day, is comfortable, or is a point that you say, oh my God, I want my jeans back?
Oh God, yes. I can tell you, like, people say like taking a bra off is a good feeling. Try taking a corset off. That's like a bra times 10.
Yeah, it looks good. So that's it.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Something that is very, I don't know, magical about a show that got that transcendence in the audience. I don't know if you're aware that the people start to do like the Bridgerton's party, Bridgerton's weddings, tea times, costume parties, inspiring the show. So how do you feel that this amazing Netflix show got that impact in the popular culture?
It's amazing. It's really become, it's really like a full genre of its own now. And it's really, you know, I hear people send me songs sometimes and they're like, it sounds like Bridgerton. And I'm like, that was out ages ago.
I know, right?
It's
it's really strange. It's become, we couldn't have imagined in season 1, like not even the crazy audience. It got like hundreds of millions of viewers all around the world. But the fact that, it's become now a total phenomenon that has spawned like parties and candles and macarons and books, and it's so beyond us. It's wild.
Yes, it's so fun. And also, you are on the set with your smartphones doing things for social media. So how is the process to what you need to post, or is not allowed to post, or you know that
we're not allowed to post anything, and the fans beg us, they're like, please post something. I'm like, I would get in so much trouble on Netflix. So no, we have our phones are full of stuff that we can't currently share with the world
until release date.
So you're allowed to do pictures and things, but you need to hold it until the episode is on air, and then you post it, something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
I can imagine what kind of pictures you have, but maybe it's
many.
I was there at Tudum.
It was amazing. It was so cool.
Amazing.
It was wild. It felt like being on stage at Glastonbury. I couldn't believe it. It was unbelievable.
I would love to meet everyone. It would be great.
I remember certainly reading the book many years ago now, and the carriage scene being one that really stood out for me, and going, oh gosh, okay, this is really steamy. Like, I didn't quite know what a romance novel is, and now I really know. But yeah, it definitely had a different energy on set those days, I think.
I think we talked about the carriage scene and a couple of other moments from the books even before we got scripts, because we were like, that's probably going to end up in the script because it's so iconic, and the fans have talked about it for years, and so we were excited for those moments, and excited to see what Jess and the team had done with them, and how she'd incorporated, you know, like you said, lines from the books in the show, which was felt really special actually, to like deliver those lines and know that it was going to mean even more to people.